Mango gets the troops right to the line, and on the first down throw, goes down the middle, and it's a touchdown for Rylan Rodalonis. 13-0 lead on the board in the first quarter. Jackson again looking for fish, and this time the pass is on the money. In St. John's Prep.
Wow.
This one's good! And intercepted by Anthony Caruso. And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Four-man rush. Throws across the body. Looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. And look out. Inside the 10, the 5, touchdown Exeter. Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off in the flat. It's Lynch. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good! He's got a first down and then some. He's got a burst to the right side. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. It's the Bolin great cut. He's going to turn on the Jets. Morrison again through the hole. Look out. On his first carry tonight, the junior Brooks Connors is gone. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Plymouth. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. It's the Souhegan Sabres and the Plymouth Bobcats, the last two undefeated teams in Division 2. Destined to meet here in week number 7 on a gorgeous October Saturday afternoon. This is football country. We could tell, Steve, on the ride up.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of foliage, plenty of signs, folks out and about, not just here at the high school, but downtown as well. A lot of buzz around this team and around this game in particular, a rematch from last year's semifinals. That was a game in a tournament, ultimately won by Souhegan under head coach Robin Boquette. Chris Sanborn on the other sideline, the home sideline today, been at it over a decade, and despite the fact he graduated a lot from last year's group, they returned plenty and well enough to really start blowing doors early on, Steve. Both teams have racked up high point totals and are 6-0 here this afternoon.
Nick, this is going to be a big one now that Trinity defeated Pelham, as you just informed me this morning. That's just going to change implications in the whole picture. Might even bring in a couple other teams, which would, right now be 5 and 6, might bring that into the mix. You just don't know what happens. This game, the battle of the unbeaten, somebody is going to leave here today unbeaten. Somebody's going to have a loss. But most importantly, they're going to have film on each other because there's a fair percentage of these teams could actually play each other again. What a game before us. After break, Nick, talk about some keys because these are two different teams with two totally different styles, offensively at least. I would even argue defensively. What a matchup we've got today, and what a beautiful afternoon to broadcast and play football.
Yeah, as you mentioned, kind of a contrast of styles. Mm-hmm. I mean, Souhegan known for kind of spreading the field, throwing it around, but they run out of that formation as well. And this year, Coach Sanborn has allowed his son, the
little bit movement,
to drop back on occasion in the shotgun. So a little bit more of a diverse approach for the Bobcats.
Well, I think this gives the Bobcats, makes them even better, because before it was going to be like a pitch out, a sweep, a reverse, a rollout and a short pass. Well, young Sanborn can go downfield, and he's shown he can do that. And having that in the arsenal forces the defense to respect things that they may not have had to respect as much before. I'm very anxious to see the defense that Coach Boquette puts out in the field today, with that new added dimension.
All right, when we come back, take a closer look at these two teams. Steve will give us some keys, and we'll have the coin toss national anthem live, and then game time at the top of the hour. It's a good one here in week number 7, a D2 battle, potentially a championship preview. Souhegan and Plymouth coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Okay.
Well, we're back here in Plymouth, getting set for kickoff. Souhegan and Plymouth in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. We are counting down to the coin toss and the national anthem. Steve, I think we have enough time to sneak in some keys here. So what are you watching for this afternoon?
I'm watching the ability of Plymouth just hands off the ball and gets through the line of scrimmage so fast, Nick. I want to see how the linebackers react and how the cornerbacks, are they screwing down? Is the defense of Souhegan screwing down, or are they giving some relief underneath? And then how Coach Sanborn runs that offense with plays to react to that. I think Plymouth has got, because of the passing situation, is really going to force Souhegan to play some really amazing defense. They might have been able to stack the box more than they probably can now. So that's going to be a big key. Offense and defensive linemen, we talked about it last night. Again, when you're a power running team and you get it through the hole, do these linebackers get the kind of green space and vision that they need to make those tackles? Or does Plymouth have the opportunity to just create those holes, get through the line of scrimmage before the linebackers can even pick them up? That's going to be a big factor. Linebacker and offensive guard play with Plymouth. How do those offensive guards match up against a solid defensive linebacker core of Souhegan? That's on one side. On the other side, I don't have a lot. I got a game and a half that I was able to watch Souhegan, and I want to see more of that passing attack. But I think that Coach Boquette has an offensive line this year that, like Plymouth, he's got a great group of guys. We talked about it on our Gridiron program Thursday night. They got 3 wrestlers on their starting lineup, and boy, I could see that. I picked it out. You could see how they get in low. You talk about playing at pad level, Nick. So that battle with the Plymouth defensive line is going to be a real thing as well. We saw last night poor test special teams play can cost you a lot in a game at crucial times. Special teams play is going to be interesting today between these two teams because they both got great return people. And then, of course, how about Mr. Wonderful himself, from Plymouth, Matt Valenti, number 19. What a player that guy is. What is he going to be able to do today with that offensive line blocking in front of him is going to be a key. If he gets like last night, like Brody Helton got 150 yards, Nick, if he gets 130, 140 yards, that looks really good for Plymouth. That's what I got so far.
Well, the temperature's cooperating. Right now, pushing 60 degrees here in late October. And again, a partially cloudy sky. Perfect conditions.
Just beautiful.
For football to be played on this grass field here at Linehan Stadium. All right, coin toss in the books. Souhegan on the road, and they're visiting whites, white jerseys and pants, black lettering, black helmets with gold trim. And of course, Plymouth in their home navy blues with the white pants and white lettering. Let's send things down to the field for the national anthem. Well, there it is, the national anthem performed live by the Plymouth Marching Band. Here at Plymouth High School, Plymouth Regional High School, home of the Bobcats. Getting set for a Week 7 matchup, a battle of unbeatens in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Glad that you could join us, simulcasting today on Nesson Nation. And, of course, broadcasting worldwide on our YouTube channel, FNL NH Media. Got to send a shout-out to John Barron, apparently watching live from Germany right now.
So what would it be, about 3 I think it's about 3 in the afternoon, right? If I had to guess. John can probably text me and tell me what it is.
I think it's a lot later than that.
Oh, you think so? I thought it would be about 8 hours. Oh, no, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it's probably 9 at night. Right. Yeah, I'm sorry. So had that one wrong. Thanks, Nick.
All right, Souhegan set to kick here. Plymouth with 2 dangerous players back deep. Brody Rosu, a 6'1 junior player to watch tonight, as is Bryson Stone. He's also a junior. Both those guys with their toes at the 16-yard line. Kick on the way from Souhegan's Andrew Healy. The senior puts it on the ground, and this one covered up and downed at the 35-yard line by one of the Plymouth upmen. That's one of the captains as well, Taylor Russo, sure-handed in a good special teams play. Plymouth going to bring out the offense, as we talked about. Steve, very run-heavy with a dynamic quarterback, the 6'3 junior, and the coach's son, Caven Sanborn.
Well, you can tell Caven's kind of grown up with the situation, and he's waited his turn, Nick, too. I mean, he's gone in there and watched under his dad's and the staff's tutelage. He's ready to go. When we saw him against Trinity, Nick, I thought he did a great job of not doing things that he shouldn't do, and that's always what you look at in a matured quarterback. It'll be very interesting to see how this passing game goes today.
You referenced the win over the Pioneers. That was back in Week 3. We were here. On first down, a grinding run for Ben Valenti, one of 2 Valentis who's been impactful. Ben, one of the co-captains, a senior, was off right tackle, not for much, about 3 to set up 2nd down and 7. A couple of different Souhegan defenders there on the edge.
Just to correct earlier, I meant Ben Valenti when I was talking about keeping him under 120 yards. Thank you for that, Nick. Obviously, 2 brothers on the team, but Ben, I really believe if they can keep Ben under 80 yards, 90 yards in the game, I think that that's going to be a big playing factor in how the outcome of this game on Souhegan's behalf.
You can hear the Sabre sideline trying to fire up this defense for a 2nd down and 7. A 1 receiver look here for Plymouth. They're going to run a sweep. Far side, that's Brody Russo. And again, barely able to turn that corner is Jonathan Boucher, one of the juniors, a talented member of that class of 2027, was there for the tackle.
Well, field conditions in a stealth sort of a way, Nick, could have a factor today. We were back here with Trinity, 3 weeks ago, and this place was completely arid as far as in brown. Because of the rain and obviously some water, I'm sure, added water, it looks a lot better, but you could see right there they were stumbling in between the hash marks trying to get footing. Yeah. So we'll see how that plays in today.
Third down. Plymouth looking for the 45-yard line. Sabres hoping to force a 3-and-out. They go up the middle, and Valenti is wrapped up and tackled. Alex Sardi, his second stop on the drive, a big bear hug provided by the senior at the 43-yard line, about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. So 4th down and 2 coming up for Plymouth. And already an early decision forced upon Bobcat head coach Christopher Sanborn. Well, he's certainly tempted to go for it. Quarterback's still in the huddle.
Yeah, they're jacked up, Nick, on the Sabre sideline here. They know how big this is to be able to stop Plymouth on the first run here, on the first possession.
4th down, offense going to go for it.
This is gutsy.
And we get an early timeout. Yep.
I think that was Coach Boquette's call.
Nope. Coach Sanborn electing to take.
Well, he was right out there.
Our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford, Londonderry, and now Epping as well. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising, the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Start raising money today at mgsportsfundraising.com. Also by TK QB Academy. Be the best QB you can be. Call Trevor Knight at 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. By Accurate Tree Service for a free estimate. Go ahead and check out their website, accuratetree.com. You only get one chance to take a tree down, right? And finally, by Jewett Construction, planning, architecture, construction management. Come join us to build something great at JewettConstruction.com. 4th down, Plymouth does go for it. They go with Matt Valenti, and he's going to grind it out all the way to midfield. Lost his helmet in the process as that was yanked off by the defender, sophomore Cole Brandt. 1st down, Bobcats on an 8-yard pickup.
You're going to see it right here. Good effort there by Souhegan, but that edge was won by, look at the right edge here. You're going to see that was won right there by number 38 and a kick-out block from number 25, Brody Russo, and that's what got it done, and nice follow behind his blocks. 1st down at midfield.
Officially a 7-yard gain and a fresh set of downs for Plymouth. Opening drive of the ball game, 3 minutes gone by, up the middle, another Bobcat ball carrier. This is Dominic Ciotti. Ciotti stopped just shy of the 45 at about the Sabre 46-yard line after a 4-yard pickup. Another gang tackle there from Plymouth.
But they're moving the football.
Sorry, from Souhegan. Jonathan Boscia with his second stop. And yes, all runs so far. As expected here, opening script. Coach Sanborn known for the ground and pound. Folks still filing in here. As you can see, the majority of them perhaps seated on the hillside grass in chairs brought from home. On 2nd down and 6, it's Caven Sanborn's turn, and the quarterback follows his lead blocker down inside the 40 to the 39, and another Plymouth 1st down. Back-to-back 7-yard pickups for the Plymouth offense. The first carry there for Caven Sanborn.
Good-looking running game, Nick, so far. Offensive line doing a great job, and running backs following it, and Caven is just doing a great job with handoffs. Everything's very clean, very crisp. If you're Plymouth and you're thinking about your offense, you're pretty happy what you're seeing so far.
4 minutes in. Drive continues for Plymouth with a 1st and 10 at the Sabre 39-yard line. Quick hitter up the middle and a big stick at the 35-yard line. You could hear the audible pop up here in the booth. That was Alex Sardi.
Could you ever?
That's his third stop already, the senior. Stopping, who was that ball carrier?
I couldn't tell.
Was it Ciotti again?
I think it was 27. Was that Ben?
Yep, no, it was a fake to Ciotti.
Okay.
And then it looked like a dive up the middle to Logan Marsh, 5'9" senior, on his first carry. It only goes for a yard. No, they gave him 3 on that. I'm sorry. 2nd down and 7.
Correct.
Up the middle, Valenti's third carry gets him down to the 30. It takes 3 Sabres to bring him down, including linebacker Ryland Rodolanis. We're going to say his name a lot on offense today when the Sabres get the ball, but Rodolanis checks in on defense, stops the first down.
A nice run.
And it's 3rd down and 1 now coming up after Valenti was able to carve out 6.
Well, offensive line continuing to win individual battles, doing some pretty steep angle blocking here, and it's opening up holes. They're moving the hips of the defensive line.
3rd down and 1. Matt Valenti left side, and he's wrapped around the race and brought down, but not before. Another Plymouth first down. Sean Reardon with the takedown. The senior waiting there in the hole.
And basically, Nick, 6:29 and counting. By the time this play's run, it's going to be half a quarter gone already, and that just plays into the whole time of possession advantage that Plymouth tries to create by these long, sustained drives.
Yep. We've seen that over the years. We saw it here in Week 3 as well during a 46-14 win over Trinity. As you mentioned, Steve, Pioneers, they were winners last night over Pelham and are right in the mix with just 1 loss. Meanwhile, Valenti, look at this.
Look at this.
Taking on all 11 Sabres there.
Ooh, that was a quick whistle right there. I thought he was moving forward. You're really supposed to sustain them for a second or two, and that did not happen there. I'm really surprised we got a whistle there. Probably a darn good thing for Souhegan, Nick, because he had a little running room after he broke through. So
big gang tackle
there.
Big gang. And ultimately, the official forced to blow the whistle there. A 4-yard pickup in the end as we passed the midway point first quarter. Still the opening drive. Bobcats looking to enter the red zone on a 2nd down and 5 from the 22. Still a 4-man front for Souhegan.
Oh,
and a little bit of movement. Might have been the tight end on the left side.
It was. And somebody else on the left, I believe the left tackle, I don't have his number there, he followed suit after that. So a little bit of a cadence issue right there. That's an important 5 yards. When you get into these situations in these games where you're primarily a run offense, what you really count on is no motion penalties. You don't want to give up ground. But
first penalty either way, as we hear from referee Paul Page for the first time.
2nd down.
2nd and 5 becomes 2nd and 10 after the penalty. Sanborn back under center. Takes the snap, handoff Russo.
Nice
and he's
stick.
stuck in the hole, Spun around and eventually dropped. Again, it was Rudolunas who was there first for Souhegan, his 2nd takedown. And now, Steve, a 3rd down and 9 coming up for Plymouth.
Well, let's watch this quickly on replay right here. Ryland, I should say, really gets it done. Now watch him come up. This is a linebacker coming up for a stick. That is a form tackle. That's perfection right there. And what does he do? He slides down and scissors. That way when the support comes in, that runner can't move. That's a big-time play. That was one of the keys I was talking about. Can the linebackers come up and see? Yeah. Well, he showed he did.
Yeah, Rudolunas looking good here defensively for Souhegan. But in the Sabres stop a 3rd and 9. Sanborn going to throw for the first time, and this one is knocked away and nearly intercepted. Incomplete. Kobe Morin, the sophomore, steps in front there and nearly picked it off with 2 hands. Instead, we've got a 4th down and 9.
He timed this beautiful, Nick. Watch him. He covers the ground. The receiver we kind of had to slow down his route, and that recovery speed of this young man was absolutely fantastic. I know he wants that one back, but you can't get too upset, Nick. That's just a first-rate play defensively right there. And that's kind of what they need. You get in towards that red zone area, you need something to happen to force them to get to 4th down.
They're going to try a field goal here.
Yeah.
This will be a 42-yarder, Steve, and we've talked about it. Seems like the kicking across the state has been elevated this season. We'll see if Plymouth can convert on a 42-yard attempt from Bryson Stone, the junior, and he's got that easily.
That would have gone
right down the middle, a bomb to get Plymouth on the board. A 42-yarder. It's 3-0 Bobcats. They cap off a drive that nearly chews up the first 8 minutes of the game.
Well, my friend, the trend continues. We've been watching this all year long together, the kicking game. I mean, that one right there, Nick, probably could have hit 51, 52 yards because it was straight as an arrow on a still day. But give this young man credit. That is a leg right there. Obviously, they want 7 points out of that, so give Souhegan credit here for cutting it down, bend a little bit for a few points, but don't break for the full 7. So let's see what this Souhegan Sabre offense can put together here under Coach Boquette.
You see Stone there, split the uprights with room to spare. You and I talking off air before the game.
Yeah.
You noticed it. You said, hey, take a look at this kicker Plymouth has.
Yeah.
Stone, the junior, showing off the leg a little bit before the game, but converts when called upon there from 42 yards out. Perfect snap and hold as well on the play.
Well, when you could get to the other team's 40 in their zone and you see that kind of kick, you could potentially win a game with a 52, 53-yarder with a kick like that. That was an absolute bomb, as you said, Nick.
And as you said, we await the imminent arrival of the Souhegan offense.
Want to see this.
Put up some numbers this season. In fact, their lowest point total through 6 games, 33. In a shutout over Manchester West in Week 4, 33-0.
I honestly didn't know Coach Boquette was the offensive line coach, but what I saw on the game film that I saw with this offensive line, it was fantastic.
Radalunas on the return, tiptoes to the 25, breaks to his right, has the 30, 35, and steps out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Nice run back.
That'll set up Souhegan, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. We get a look at the quarterback, senior Michael Fiengo.
Mm-hmm.
Battled some injury issues this season, but healthy enough to give it a go today. Radalunas has been effective in that run game, has been a receiver out of the backfield as well, but Coach Boquette glad to have his signal caller, quarterback Michael Fiengo, back on the field here for the opening drive.
Well,
in fact, Coach just whispered something, I think, in his
I saw
ear
that.
there.
Yeah, I saw that.
And ready to roll.
Well, here comes the offense. They're not huge, Nick, but they are athletic and strong.
I thought Fiengo was out there. I saw him on the opening coin toss. Instead, the quarterback, who has to deal with a faulty snap, is Cole.
Look at this!
And
Wow!
It's a strike. That's a catch.
That's a catch. Yep.
Yes, sir. A catch and a first down along the sideline. Kobe Morin able to pull that in despite some pretty good coverage. It's a Souhegan first down.
Well, that was making cake out of a bad situation there. Look at this quarterback pick that ball up on the run, and that's from his weak side throwing that football. And how about this young receiver keeping both feet in bounds? Souhegan came up to Plymouth to play today.
An 18-yard pickup. And now Radalunas trying to find some room to his right, and he's buried shortly after crossing the line of scrimmage. Planted there by Hussein Osarian, 5'11", 240 defensive tackle, the senior, with his first takedown.
Well, Hussein worked his way down the line. Not only is Hussein strong, not only does he go after it, can control the gap right there, he also can scrape down the line. And when you look at a defensive lineman and they have that lateral ability with speed to catch a runner behind like that, that's a good lineman.
No gain officially. 2nd down. We move inside of 3 minutes to go. First quarter. Souhegan trailing 3-0. Handoff. Radalunas straight ahead, and he's wrapped up again shortly after crossing the line of scrimmage. Aiden Bryant waiting for him in the hole. Bryant is 6'2", 255-pound senior.
Boy, that is quite a dynamic duo of defensive tackles right there, Nick. And the edge has been solid as well, but these two guys are showing. And you know, it's so important to provide the linebackers that kind of support up front, because it's just going to make them better when they can drop into pass coverage while there's just 2-3 guys are getting pressure.
3rd down and 9. Bryant looking to the sideline. Coach Boquette may have changed the play. He's going to throw right side, and it's incomplete. Off target, trying to find Liam Bright, who lurched to his left, but couldn't reel it in. 4th down and 9. And again, kind of a no man's land here, Steve. The football at the 42-yard line of Plymouth.
Yeah, that's a pass that just was a little wide there. Looked like he rushed it. We're going to see here on the replay. Actually, maybe you just saw it, but it looked to me like his footwork was rushed a little bit. He was looking downfield.
All right, let's see what they do.
Nevertheless, here we are. Fourth
Bryant
down.
in the shotgun set. Rudalonis to his right. Man in motion. Sabres look to go for it. Bryant escapes the pocket, goes up the middle, breaks a tackle, keeps hope alive at the 35, and he's very close.
He got it. That was a second and third effort right there. This young man came here to play.
And it is a first down indeed. Needed 9, gets 10 on the scramble.
Yep. That's great. Look at this running right here, folks. Watch the effort this young man puts the whole time protecting the football. He says there's nothing down there. I'm going to make this at 1 effort, 2 effort, second effort right there, or second effort, I should say.
Amitai Matwali eventually took him down at about the 32-yard line. So a first down, Souhegan. They convert on fourth down to keep the drive alive. And now a whistle here and a pre-snap penalty on the way.
I believe it was 2 men in motion or false start. Yeah, there was actually 2 men in motion as well on that play. A lot of motion going there. Difficult to synchronize.
False start officially the call and the first Souhegan penalty.
Well, we always say, Nick, if you're going to have a penalty, a false start penalty, have it on first down because you got a little more time to make it up. You know what's ahead of you with the 3 downs you have before fourth. This is probably already in fourth down territory the way these two teams play.
First down and 15, ball at the 37. Bryant put a man in motion again. It's Morin. Bryant fakes the toss and gets tossed down. Stuck in the backfield there by Cooper Legacy, who may have had something to say to the quarterback after the sack as well.
I thought there was a face mask here, Nick. Let's take a look at this. He may have just had the shoulder pad, but it looked like a face mask when he pulled him down. Watch here on the right. Slow it down if we can. Yeah. Oh, Nick, I don't know about that.
Coach Boquette may have agreed with you.
Yeah, and look at that. Yeah, that's not good right there. Not only that, to stand up over him like that makes it even could have been a double personal foul there.
Instead, a 7-yard loss, second down and 22. They fake Radalunas. After the direct snap goes straight ahead, crosses the 40, but not much more. Gang tackled at about the 38-yard line, so a third and long on the way for Coach Boquette Sabres.
Yeah, I dare say, Nick, I think there was a big call missed right there. I mean, I don't care what, what I saw right there was a helmet literally twisted around 180, and that's a big one there. But nevertheless, you got to keep playing on. It's third down. You got 15 yards to go. You got to buckle up. It's 4-down territory, most likely. Let's see what they can do. They've been able to get themselves out of some offensive yardage down and distance situations already. We'll see what they can do here with a timeout.
I think we got a timeout. Yep, we do. Souhegan going to spend their first here to talk about it. Stop the clock. No, we're at the end of the quarter. Well, that snuck up on us quickly.
That scoreboard.
That explains that.
Down around the corner.
Ends of the field, and then we'll come back with the second quarter next. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Now, start of the second quarter, we've got a 3-0 game. Plymouth out in front of Souhegan in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, live from Plymouth High School. Bobcats took the opening drive, chewed up nearly 8 minutes, had to settle for a field goal, but it was a good one, a 42-yarder from junior Bryson Stone. Souhegan has been on the march ever since. Right now, facing a third down and 15 from the Plymouth 38-yard line. Handoff again, Rudalunas trying to find something on the right side, but he's ridden down in the hole by Taylor Russo, one of the captains, after a minimal gain there. And a 4th down and 12 now facing the Souhegan offense.
So you're looking about a 45 to 46-yard field goal here, Nick. Haven't seen the Souhegan kicking game here, so it looks to me like they're just going to.
This would be about a 52-yarder.
Don't be surprised if you get a little quick kick here.
A little too deep, I think, for Coach Boquette's taste. He likes the offense here. Double stack. Going to fire down the near sideline, and it is caught. Elevated grab on 4th down, Kobe Morin. And why not? Morin had a nice sideline catch earlier. The sophomore comes through again to keep the drive alive at the 16-yard line.
Well, this young quarterback is filling in quite nicely here. This young fella is not afraid to fire the ball, Nick, and I like the way he held himself in the pocket there and really read multiple receivers. That was impressive.
I believe it's his 3rd start.
Yeah, well, he's doing well. Whoa.
Meanwhile, this one, a wild snap, and Rudalunas has to roll on it. That's a big loss for Souhegan, and the second wild shotgun snap we've seen from the Sabres in this first half.
Coach Boquette wild about that. That is something he does not want to do. I mean, this offense just has worked so hard to develop these offensive bailout plays here. They've been able to succeed. There's been hard work that's gone into this drive, and then that just sets you back.
Yeah.
Looking at 20, 25 yards, probably 28 yards.
Yeah, tough over the head of Cole Brandt, who had to really hustle to get on top of that one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I mentioned Fiengo, Steve, because he is in uniform with his helmet on. Down on the sideline, he was at the field, or on the field for the coin toss as well, but it's been Brandt so far on the opening drive for the Sabres.
Oh, somebody just got really hit on the knee there.
Rudalunas tackled at the 36, and one of his Sabre teammates is shaken up.
Yeah. Yeah, he immediately grimaced when he went down, and he's in some pain there. It looked like his left knee, Nick, that he was holding. You hate to see this time of year. Part of the game, I know, but these young guys, they work so hard.
That's Sean Reardon.
Hopefully he'll be okay.
Sean Reardon, one of the offensive linemen.
Yep.
Still down. We spoke with Coach Boquette on Thursday night, and he praised his team as we expected, but really highlighted the collective play of the offensive line. Said it was a deeper unit than he's coached perhaps in the past. Shouted out the starters individually, and obviously if Sean Reardon unable to return, that's a big loss.
That is a big loss. Still down. Let's just see. You can always see when they get up how they react, and it looks to me like they're going to be carrying, double shoulder carrying here. So and that knee is not coming down. So let's hope that doesn't look good at the moment. But
yeah, Reardon trying to avoid putting any weight on that left leg.
Yeah.
Coach Boquette trying to keep his team focused. They trail 3-0 here. 2 minutes in, second quarter. We've only seen 2 possessions. The game's opening drive by Plymouth, which ate up nearly 8 minutes, 42-yard field goal the result. And ever since Souhegan has been driving the field, and this drive includes 2 fourth-down conversions. May need some even more magic here late, facing a 3rd down. 3rd and what here? 3rd and about 27. 3rd and 30, I guess, officially. 3rd and 30 from the 36.
Yeah, literally no weight on that leg, Nick. We'll keep an eye on that. We wish the best for him.
You can hear this Plymouth crowd getting fired up, hoping the defense can keep Souhegan out of field goal range. Sabres will keep it in the quarterback's hands, and Brandt ridden down inbounds near the sideline at about the 36-yard line. Plymouth flocking to the football, 4th and a mile coming up.
Well, I heard about it last Friday night, and I was talking to Roger about the South BG game last week. We saw the game last night, and we seen it today. This business of standing over players after a tackle. there's just a lot of competition out there, and these guys are after it, and they'll intimidate. This is getting a little bit more like old style football here. And
it was actually a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, as long as nobody's striking each other, you're gonna just do it quick.
Yeah,
and like they did. Yeah,
Cooper Legacy. He's been playing with emotion all season. Made the tackle on that last play for Plymouth. It results in a Souhegan punt.
Yeah, good punt.
Which rolls inside the 10 and is down at the 8-yard line.
Well done.
Return there for
Well
Plymouth.
done.
Special teams win for Souhegan nonetheless. Bobcats still with a 3-0 lead as they bring the offense back onto the field with just over 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter.
Well, you can see Coach Boquette after the Reardon injury, Nick. He walked over to his players and kind of said, hey, guys, play on here. Next man up. Somebody's got to stand up and fill that hole, and he's making sure that his players are dialed in. Coach Boquette, a very emotional coach on the field, but he does it in a way that is a very positive direction, and he brings guys back in line, gets them in focus to what needs to happen in order to play the game.
Coach Sanborn sends his son and the offense back onto the field for a 1st and 10. They're backed up at their own 8.
Oh,
and
fumble.
That ball is on the ground. Ciotti reaching out with his left hand, tried to reel it back in on the ground.
I think Plymouth got it, Nick.
The officials, meanwhile, are saying he was down.
I think Plymouth ended up with it on a second bounce out of the original. I'm pretty sure.
It's Bobcat football, according to the referees.
Yeah, you're going to see it here. Now watch it spring loose. So it springs loose. Probably won't get a great angle here. And then it goes down. It looks like he has it, and then it slips out, and then it runs, and then another Bobcat comes in on the third run. You'll see it here. Watch this. He comes down, balls out, clearly right here. Nice rattle there.
Yeah, that's Aiden Reardon who forced it out.
And then it went out again, and then that third player from Plymouth bounced on it. That's a good heads-up play to maintain possession.
Yep. Ciotti recovered his own loss. Aiden Reardon again forced the fumble. The Souhegan injured player from a moment ago is Sean Reardon. 2nd down and 2. Back to the ground and back to Matt Valenti.
Nice tackle
led the
there.
Bobcats on that opening drive. He gets up to about the 19-yard line, a 4-yard pickup, and a Plymouth first down.
Aiden Reardon in on the tackle. Nice job. Nice scissor. Got him down low, dropped, got him around the knees, and then dropped right down, scissored those ankles, and that allowed his support crew to come in. Nice job.
Meanwhile, Matt Valenti, Steve, as you expected, leading a deep Bobcat stable.
Yes.
Of running backs here in this first half. He's got a team-high 6 carries. Meanwhile, Sanborn going to drop back in the shotgun here for a 1st and 10 from his own 19. And toss it to Matt Valenti, who puts it on the ground. Valenti trying to recover, eventually does, but this one a big loss for the Bobcats. May have just taken his eye off that pitch.
Well, if you look down in the trenches, Nick, on the replay, you're going to see an onslaught by these Souhegan Sabre defenders. Watch them get off the ball, Nick, and they're creating situations where they're controlling the line of scrimmage right there. Valenti's looking at where he's going to be running as opposed to getting the ball first. Little bit of a high snap, but definitely catchable. But some of that's coming from the intensity in which the Souhegan defensive line is playing. They know they got one of their comrades down, and they are doing everything they can to create and fill that gap.
That's a 15-yard loss.
Playing with spirit and emotion here.
2nd down and 25. Double
another one.
Off, and it's on the ground.
They don't want to keep the ball.
This time the Sabres say they have it, and they do.
Yeah, these exchanges have been very raw, and then the one over here in the fumble that kind of had a double fumble there, and then re-recovered by Plymouth. That was a little bit different, but these are in the backfield before the exchange even finishes. And Souhegan's got a great opportunity here to have as short a field as you can get to get in the end zone. That's a big change in this game. They almost had one, 2 plays ago, but it happens again, and they get it this time. So
Logan Marsh lost it.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Radalunas who recovered, but couldn't quite make out the number. Either way, Sabres, they'll take it.
Yes.
1st and goal from the 9-yard line, a chance for the lead here about midway through the second quarter. Meanwhile, there's a Bobcat late getting on the field, and that's going to force Coach Sanborn to burn his second time out here.
Yep.
With just over 6 minutes to go before the break.
Well, Coach Sanborn just yelled out, "Come on, guys!" I mean, he's right. He's got to you got to get on the guys and let them know they got to focus. Don't take things for granted. To me, Nick, it appeared like, I know it's only a 3-0 lead, but it did appear as though Bobcats are in pretty good control of this football game. But give that defensive line of the Sabres, Nick, that intensity at which they're coming across the line of scrimmage is really kind of mixing things up and made the Bobcats kind of hurry up a little bit, and there you go.
And, again, Plymouth has the 3-0 lead. They probably have a slight time of possession advantage based on that opening drive.
Yes.
But nonetheless, the Souhegan defense has made some plays. Individually, Alex Sardi recovered that fumble a moment ago. He also has a team-high 3 tackles. And you mentioned out of the second and third levels, the linebackers and safeties making plays as well, including Aiden Reardon. All right, here we go. There is Fiengo, Steve.
There he goes.
I knew I didn't imagine that. The quarterback is going to take his first throw.
What a
He
throw.
goes right side. He hooks up with Radalunas, who dives into the end zone.
They haven't signaled yet. There it is.
A touchdown.
Wow. What a turn of events.
9-yard hookup. Michael Fiengo to Rylan Radalunas. Souhegan on the board. Sabres with the lead, 6-3.
That's just Ryan being Ryan right there. I had a nice discussion with Roger Brown from the New Hampshire Football Report about him and thought he was going to be questionable in the game, but he comes right in and he fires a strike right there. So he could be on. So Ryland could be on the run when he caught the ball. That's so important to put it right in the proper place, and he did on that play. So that is a huge turnaround right there.
Meanwhile, a penalty flag on the extra point before the snap.
What
It's
a
against Souhegan. It's going to cost the Sabres 5 and lengthen the upcoming extra point try for Sabre kicker Andrew Healy.
Well, just as you were saying a minute ago, Nick, if you're Souhegan, you got to feel pretty good right now. You're kind of down on the time of possession, but you've done what you've had to do when the opportunities were there and they've taken advantage.
There's the 25-yard extra point try. It's up and good. No
Not a bad
problem
leg.
there for Healy. And Souhegan cashes in on the takeaway as they recover a fumble on the 9-yard line. It takes one play, and it's Michael Fiengo put into the lineup after watching the first drive from the sideline. Hooks up with Radalunas for the 9-yard toss, and there's the extra point on the instant replay.
And Coach Sanborn has got his crew together. He's right in the middle of that huddle, Nick, and he's letting these. Oh, was that him on the sidelines? I guess there's a coach in the middle. I can't tell across the field in the sidelines, and really pumping these guys up with higher expectations of what they've shown. Really, the last 6 or 7 plays, Nick. That's pretty much. But let's give the special teams of the Sabres with that kick. Putting them down on, what is it, the 3-yard line or something like that?
Backed him up, yeah.
Backed him up big
10.
time, and that just puts the pressure on in the exchanges and the snaps and the playbook. And so Souhegan has had a big part in creating that with great defensive line and linebacker work, as we said earlier.
So now it's on the home team to respond in front of this big home crowd here. Week number 7, 2 undefeated teams, the last 2 undefeated teams remaining in Division 2. The winner will be in the driver's seat with 2 regular season weeks remaining. All right. Healy set to kick. Football at the tee. With Stone back deep for Plymouth. This one off the hands of one of the up men. It sends Russo to the ground.
Love it. Very effective.
Where he recovers at about the 31-yard line.
Well, in high school football, 31-yard line, Nick, is pretty good for the kickoff team as far as a cover is concerned. That was just a great kick right there. It was bounding. It was taking weird hops, and it's all in how you get it started on this grass field here. And the special teams for Souhegan, right now we talked about that as a big factor in these games with 2 great Titans going at it. Special teams can be the difference. Souhegan's got it right now as far as the advantage is concerned here in the first half.
Of course, Plymouth, they got a special teams play of their own, a 42-yard field goal.
No doubt.
From Nathan Stone. Midway through, second quarter on 1st and 10, more ground and pound. Straight ahead there up to the 35. Maybe the 36 goes the ball carrier.
So Coach Sanborn rallied his guys here. Said, look, come on, we got to do better than this. You could see that. He's trying to let these guys help these guys get back in focus, get back a little bit more with a moment. And let's see how they respond here for him.
Third carry for Brody Russo goes for 6 yards to set up a second down and 4. It's been a pretty good rotation led by Matt Valenti in this rushing attack for Plymouth. 5 different ball carriers have touched it in this first half.
They got 84 Bryson Stone out wide.
Back to Rousseau, right side run, and he's stopped short of the 40. Rudalunas again, along with Reardon. Those guys starting to rack up some tackles. Third down coming up for Plymouth, 3rd and 1.
And the clock ticking away. He has just a little over 5 minutes left.
Yep. Yeah, we expected it to be a quick moving half. Right now, about 37 minutes in real time.
Yep.
And given both of these teams' ability to run the football, sustain drives, the fact that we've only seen, I guess a combined 5 possessions at this point doesn't surprise us either. Sanborn coming back under center, 3rd down and 1. Matt Valenti going to power through an arm tackle and make his way up to the 45 for a Bobcat first down.
Matt runs so well. He has that forward lean that you always look for in a power runner, and he protects the football and shields it with his shoulder pads. When you can do that, it's much harder to rip the ball loose when you run like that. He's been trained well, and he's got good power and good speed and good instincts. There he is again.
Yep, and he gets loose. Tripped up along the sideline after crossing the Souhegan 40. Rudalunas may have made a game or a touchdown-saving tackle there, but Valenti will take it. Yeah. Another Plymouth first down.
Yeah, Valenti and the whole sidelines now. If you can see them, they're walking up and down the sidelines there, the coaching staff. They're happy with what they see going on now. Nice kick out.
And now we get the no-huddle run offense. We saw that work to perfection back in week number 3's win over Trinity. They're in no-huddle mode here. Valenti, another pretty good productive run of 8 yards. Sets up 2nd down and 2. And now they go to the air. Sanborn throws a wobbling pass. It is caught. Yep. Good effort to reel it in on the run by Legacy. First time he's touched the football.
If we can go back to 51 there on that play before, I don't know if we can do that, Ben.
I don't think so, Steve.
No, not now.
It's turbo speed here for Coach Sanborn as Plymouth is ready again.
Well, I like what he's doing here. I think this is smart by Coach Sanborn. Yeah, you can see it.
Left side, broken tackle. Marsh inside the 10, leans down to the 6.
Yep, he's on to something here. Coach Sanborn knows can't get the defense set, can't get the plays in, and he's going to run it right down your throat in fast form. I mean, you got to give Coach Sanborn credit what he's done with this offense. It was very base. He's adding elements to it that are making it even stronger.
Handoff left side, Valenti. Big hole, hit near the goal line, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. A 7-yard score. Caps off a no-huddle drive, that Blitzkrieg run offense that Plymouth is known for. Flashing there on that drive as the Bobcats retake the lead.
Well, I don't know if Ben's going to get it here, but you're going to look here. Actually, here's the touchdown. Nice kick-out block by, I believe, number 15. But number 51 right in front of you there on that big play where they needed to get that first down. Number 51 does an amazing kick-out block. And that is Cullen McNair. Cullen, that's how you block for your football team. So many other guys getting in on the blocking scheme as well. What a terrific job.
Extra point from Stone is no good.
Yep. That's an impressive drive right there. What a response. And gain, up 10-7 here, back on top. So we've got ourselves a football game here, Nick. Both teams, offenses getting it done. They were in a lull. Let's give that coaching staff of the Plymouth Bobcats incredible credit, Nick. They knew where the team was. Coach Boquette did it earlier on that drive. Right. Both coaches very animated, very challenging, and with great timing.
Yeah, that's
choked on my coffee.
You don't see it that often, that no-huddle run attack. We know about the 2-minute drill, even the 4-minute offense. Usually that's pass-heavy with a team that's trailing either before halftime or before the end of regulation. Here we see it midway through the second quarter, and as you could say, and as you said, really feeling that momentum was on their side. They went ahead full throttle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
what
it results in a 7-yard touchdown.
That's coaching from the sidelines in the belief of the teams to follow the mission, and that's what they did. One thing that was going on, Nick, here real quick, the defense of Souhegan was very sophisticated, calling in plays as a result of the formation. Coach Sanborn speeds everything up so they don't have a time to react and see him go right down the field. That's just great perception, great execution.
Sanborn's kick, a rainbow that's handled just inside the 20. And it's Brandt to his left looking for room on the sideline. Gets up to about the 35. Pretty good return for the sophomore. One of 2 players to take snaps today for Souhegan. He led the Sabres on their opening drive. Before it was Michael Fiengo in relief, who came in to throw the lone touchdown pass, a 9-yard strike to Ryland Rodalunas. That put Souhegan out in front early in the second quarter, 7-3. Bobcats responded a moment ago with that blitzkrieg drive. Ben Valenti, a 7-yard touchdown, extra point missed. 9-7, that's where we are with 3:22 to go.
Sick Bay filling up here on the sidelines of Souhegan. The hitting in this game is fierce, Nick. Everybody is extending. This isn't just easy play, easy tackle. Everything is extended. It's smash mouth. And
right now the Sabres are without two-way starters.
Absolutely.
In Sean Reardon, who is apparently out with a leg injury, as we get a first down pass. Deep on the sideline, caught by Morin, who scutters out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
This young man, number 21.
That's a 31-yard gain. A good pass there from Cole
Brandt. Wow. He rolled out there. He's got great vision. I mean, what is he? Probably, 5'9", maybe 5'10", somewhere around that area. And he's got vision of a 6'5", that guy. That was a just terrific rollout, and he launched that right into the pattern as it was forming. He's done it all game, Nick, and he's been impressive.
They may have to rely on the pass a bit more. Starting running back Ryland Rodalunas on the sideline, as you mentioned, Steve, right now getting attention as well. So 2 starters out for Souhegan. 1st and 10, incomplete pass. Trying to find the backup running back, Jacob Bryan, the junior in the flat. Pass off target. 2nd down and 10 coming.
Well, Chase Knuckles was out there blocking. My sense is that Brandt was trying to throw it to him. He must not have got the play right. Something happened there, but I don't believe that was to the Flair guy. I think that was to Chase Knuckles, to be honest with you. And he just didn't turn around. He was in blocking formation, so we'll see what happens here.
4 receivers, 2 each side. Back to throw on 2nd and 10.
Great movement.
Brandt out of the pocket, going to run to his left, and is ridden down along the sideline, punished at the boundary by Cooper Legacy, who's starting to put together a pretty good game here.
Yeah, you got Fuego on the sidelines, Nick. He's your quarterback. That's what you got left. You just got to go down in that situation, slide forward when you know it's behind you like that, Nick. That was a wicked tackle there. Wraps up your arm so you take the whole brunt of it.
Yeah, and you
going
can see
down.
Brandt limping a little bit in the huddle after taking that hit.
You just can't afford to take those. You as the quarterback have got to finish this game, and trying to get an extra half a yard by trying to run downfield like that, just go down. Get your yardage, go down.
3rd down and 5. To his right, Brandt now going to tuck, head upfield, crosses the 25, and gets some extra yardage at the end of the run. That's going to be close.
Oh, he's taking some punishment out there, Nick, and he's so tough.
Look at again by Legacy.
Yep. Cole Brandt, folks, number 21. That kid's playing his heart out right now. He's bent over right now. That was wicked. You might want to just take a – what do you got for timeouts on the sideline?
I think Coach Boquette's still with 2.
Still with 2.
Plymouth has 1.
Yeah, you kind of need them. You know what I mean? You kind of need those timeouts if you're working your way down the field here. But right now he's feeling it. I really admire this kid's grit, Nick. He's fighting it off,
but you can see still shaking up.
He's still shaking up. You don't want to lose him.
1st down and 10. Football at the 21-yard line. Sabres looking to get in the red zone. Hand off, Morin on a sweep, turns the corner, has some room, and makes a dashing move inside the 5. Ball comes out.
Now,
it's loose near the goal line.
This is a play of the half right here. This will decide a lot.
Morin had it, lost it, and now Plymouth says they have it. The officials are still talking. Paul Page, our referee, yet to make a signal. You can hear this home crowd here in Plymouth getting fired up. They think it's a takeaway for the defense.
Yep. It is. The longer it goes on, the more likely it's going to stay the way it is, Nick. If somebody comes in and makes a definitive challenge to that, then maybe at that point they'll turn it over. But there was too much conversation back and forth, and in that situation.
Well, you see the upstairs hit there by Brody Rousseau. He's the one who forced it. And Morin, after what was an 11-yard pickup on the run, the youngster put it on the ground, but who can blame him? Took a shot up near the chin area. And I believe it was Plymouth's
That's a high hit.
Matai Wally who recovered it.
Couldn't really tell where it landed, Nick, there, but it looked like a high hit to me, right around the facial part of the helmet. So
if so,
that's two of those.
Yeah, that's probably the second time the Bobcats have been fortunate in that area. Not fortunate to start a drive at their own 5-yard line, but they'll take it. Still got the 9-7 lead. They trigger the clock. And we're now inside of 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis, a Week 7 scoreboard, and a preview of the second half as well. A lot to get to, not to mention the on-field entertainment from the Plymouth Regional High School Marching Band. Again, coming up at halftime.
Was that Aiden Reardon that got tackled there?
No, it was Morin.
That was Morin. Okay, yeah, that was definitely a high hit, a high grab. Well, this game's having all kinds of twists and turns.
It sure is. That's what makes it fun. 2nd and 5. Valenti's got a hole right side and lunges, I believe, up to the 15 for a first down.
I believe 51's looking at the ref. I think he thinks he got a low block against him, a chop block. Is my guess. I don't know, but we'll see that on the replay here. Look at number 51, who's played a heck of a game today for the Plymouth Bobcats.
Yeah, that's Cullen McNair. You said his name earlier on that touchdown drive. Big part of what Plymouth does up front.
Big part. He's doing all the little things, all the stuff you don't see in the highlight reel. But boy, he's critical.
He's going to play through some pain. Apparently, the left guard.
Yeah, he
along the line here for a 1st and 10 from the 16.
Couldn't really see anything
right
there.
Right side around Logan Marsh, hit right away, and finally the play is blown dead. Another tackle for Souhegan's Jonathan Boscia. Coach Sanborn not concerned with the clock here. He's going to let it tick, tick, tick down to 40 seconds.
He'll take it.
And I think we're not going to see any resistance from Coach Boquette here either, with Souhegan slated to receive the opening kickoff for the third quarter.
Well, that's 9-7. You know,
it's 9-7. Right?
So going to the half 9-7, you're basically tied from a score standpoint as far as next touchdown or next set of points. So just go in.
Final 15 seconds. 2nd down and 7. A dive play, left side. Marsh again, some tough running.
Yeah, Cole
tackled in the hole by Alex Sardi.
Yeah, Cole is out there again on defense, Cole Brandt, and he is limping off the field right now.
That's going to do it for the first half. Souhegan trailing Plymouth 9-7 through 24 minutes of action here in the North Country. Coming up, stats, highlights, analysis. Steve's reaction to that first half. And
Steve's reaction
for the second half as well. Plus, of course, the Week 7 out-of-town scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
And on-field entertainment as well as the Plymouth Regional High School Marching Band gets set to take center stage. 9-7 at halftime. Plymouth with a slim lead over Souhegan. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today. Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Start of the second half. Coming up here in a moment. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. 9-7. Our score. Plymouth out in front of Souhegan in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. We're live from Regional High School. You see the gorgeous backdrop. One of the places to be this time of year, and all eyes are on this field for the second half. Really across the division, across the state. The last two unbeaten teams in Division II about to settle things here over the next 24 minutes.
No doubt, Nick. This game, the hitting in this game is as good a hitting as I've seen all year. It's fierce. It's every single play. There is no let-up. There's a lot of emotional roller coasters going on back and forth between both teams, and the sidelines kind of redirect the guys back into the moment again. Some of that could just be the amount of energy that's being expended on the field. Guys are kind of like, without realizing it, taking a little break off in the huddle. They come out. There's a lot of guys that are just really, really banged up. Although I will say that exhibition of the Plymouth Bobcats running up the hill off the field as if nothing's phased is a very, very good psychological move. Coach Sanborn, that's what he's all about. He's all about bringing it and no pain, no gain type play. Both coaches, I think, have done a superb job, Nick. I've always spoken very highly of coaches we have in this state. But they know, both of them, Coach Boquette and Coach Sanborn, when their team started to lose a little bit of that edge, that feeling of the edge that you had for them when they were playing, both coaches were all over these guys in a positive, ramp-up, challenged way. I'll tell you, Cole Brandt, that kid has taken an absolute beating this first half, Nick, and that kid just keeps standing and he doesn't stop. He's really, really been impressive. I mean, really kind of interesting. They bring in the starting quarterback for one play, and then they bring Cole back in from the. Don't know the dynamics that went into that, but it was very interesting.
I was about to touch on that in our recap here. It's been an interesting first half from that perspective. The quarterback play for Souhegan, the sophomore Cole Brandt got the start.
Yeah.
And played well in that first half on both sides of the football, but it was Michael Fiengo who threw the touchdown pass, the lone score for Souhegan. It came about midway through the second quarter with Plymouth leading 3-0. Fiengo hooked up with Ryland Rodalunas on a 9-yard touchdown score. Souhegan led at the midway point second quarter 7-3, but Plymouth retook the lead. Ben Valenti capped off a high-energy, no-huddle drive with a 7-yard touchdown run. Extra point failed, and that is where we are, 9-7. Ben Valenti, a team-high, 13 carries in that first half, but limited to just 55 yards.
And that was one of the things I talked about as a key to the game. Can you keep Valenti under 80 yards in this game, Nick? I think they have a strong opportunity, to not only stay in this game. 9-7, Nick, essentially as far as a football score, is essentially tied if you look at it from the next score situation. So very even game. To say that the officials aren't letting it go, they are letting it go in this game. They're letting the whole game go. As far as physicality, this is old school football, and the officials are officiating to that level. With that in mind, and it's going to be, you're going to have to beat the other team. You're not going to get helped. So overall, if you look at it from if it's in balance and it's being called equally, it is what it is, and you can't argue with it. So everything else has been pretty tight. Some good communication has gone back and forth on some fumbles, making sure they get that right. So no problem there. But there was a couple of high tackles, Nick, that I thought were pretty – I thought those should have been called, if you want my honest opinion. And they were at crucial times. But Souhegan does not seem to be fazed by it, and they're just coming out. They said, next play, let's go.
Yeah. Some of the unofficial numbers from that first half. We mentioned Plymouth senior running back Ben Valenti, 55 yards unofficially on 13 carries. And not a whole lot of production from Caven Sanborn. They haven't asked him to do too much.
Right.
Just one carry, 7 yards, one completion for 9 yards for Plymouth. On the Souhegan side, Cole Brandt took the majority of those snaps, as we mentioned. Sophomore QB, 4 carries, 16 yards. 3 completions for 69 yards. All 3 went to fellow sophomore Colby Morin. 3 grabs, again, 69 yards receiving for Morin. He had 11-yard carry and a fumble lost in that second quarter as well. Getting set for quarter number 3. Souhegan set to receive the football. And again, the winner of this game leaves the field with a 7-0 record, the last and only unbeaten team in Division II.
Yeah, not only a 7-0 record, Nick, just a semifinals home advantage that no matter, if they have high percentages, both of these teams getting to the semifinals. No one's going to argue with that. But I'll tell you, Trinity beating Pelham last night is just that's a big equalizer for those two teams.
Throws a monkey wrench.
And kind of twists and turns things just a little bit. But if you come out winning this game and then you can win the rest of your games, now you're in. Somebody has to play Pelham. Is it Plymouth or is it Souhegan's got to play Pelham again? We'll get that. But
you're right. Souhegan at Plymouth. Souhegan at Pelham. Next week.
Yeah.
In week number 8, they wrap up the season at home in Amherst against Hollis Brookline. The remaining 2 games for Plymouth. They're at Merrimack Valley next Friday night before a home matchup against St. Thomas to wrap up the season.
Just wanted to say real quickly, the crew and the people here in Plymouth, Nick, we've been treated so well coming up here. And, everybody, I've had 4 or 5 people. You got everything you need? Is there anything we can do? These are classy people here that really appreciate us coming up football, and we appreciate the honor of being here. The folks here are just fantastic.
Always fun for us, despite one of the lengthier drives, pretty drive up here, up 93 North. And as you can tell, it's a football town here in Plymouth. Many of those folks, many of the town residents are right here for the second half. Stone's kick angles to the sideline, lands inbounds, takes a bounce inside the 20 before flying out of bounds. And that does draw the attention of the side judge, who throws the yellow flag. Speaking of flags, not too many in that first half. Just 2 against Souhegan for 10 yards, 1 5-yarder called against the Bobcats.
Well,
but this one is going to cost Plymouth a little bit. The football comes out to the 35-yard line. That is where Souhegan will begin things here. Sabres trailing on the scoreboard 9-7. But, Steve, despite the low point total in this game so far, both offenses have proven that they can move the football this afternoon.
No question about it. And some of these long drives, specifically with Plymouth and have gone for naught. So there's a lot of offensive production built into a 9-7 score.
Right.
Just not able to get across the finish line.
Bobcats got on the board first with a 42-yard field goal following a lengthy, nearly 8-minute drive. Quarterback keeper on 1st and 10, and Brandt going nowhere to his left.
Wow,
not a lot of room there.
He's
Cam Magoon with the tackle for Plymouth.
He just took another beating on that one. He did not give up. He fell on the football, Nick. They're wrapping him up and just like bringing him down to the ground with no. I hope he's okay. Yeah, he's sitting up. Looks to me like he fell on the football and he's really suffering there.
Well, as we know, Brandt, you highlighted it, not the biggest kid on the field. And he has taken a pounding. He's had the ball in his hands. You can see 3 Bobcats there on the replay landing on top of the sophomore. But he continues to show some grit. Going to walk off the field towards the visitor sideline under his own power with Coach Boquette in his wake.
I have nothing for admiration for this young man, Nick. The beating this kid's taken, he's going to have to come off the field, heal up a little bit. He was the last guy out of the school coming down to the field, and he was even kind of limping out to the field then. This kid has make no mistake about it, it's given out, has not given up. This kid is something else, and he has played a tremendous game.
We're going to see Fiengo again here. Michael Fiengo, the senior quarterback, a touchdown pass to his name. I believe that was the only snap he took in the first half. Fields a snap here off the bounce, completes the pass anyway to Morin. The sophomore escapes to his right, and he's close to a first down in the end.
How about Morin? I've been watching him, Nick. He's just one of those guys that's a great catch, by the way. Watch him pull this catch up here. Watch Morin. Good job by Fuengo getting that ball. But watch the continued run. Just lowers his shoulder and finds a seam. Very, very impressive.
It's a hookup of 10 yards and a first down for Souhegan. The football now sitting at the Sabre 45. Second completion for Fiengo. 3 receivers this time, 2 to the strong side left. That's where they'll go. A toss to Rondalunas.
Got a lane.
And he's got plenty of room. First down and then some into Plymouth territory down to the Bobcat 41-yard line. It's good for a pickup of 14 and another Souhegan first down. That's also the longest run today for Rondalunas.
Watch the edge here. Watch the left edge. Now watch the kick. Look, see the block inside just completely neutralizes the corner. Great block from Kobe Morin. Kobe Morin's doing it all, Nick. He's not just catching balls. He's blocking out there. Wow.
Sophomore class well represented today.
Great execution.
For Souhegan. 4 receivers. 1 in motion. Shotgun snap. Fiengo with time. Throws right side. He's got a man. Catch made. It's Chase Knuckles. And Knuckles, a good run after the catch down to the 30-yard line. Again, a pickup of 10 and what should be, yes, sir, a Souhegan first down. First grab today for Knuckles.
He's been in the game, though, Nick. He's paid his dues out there, getting a lot of production out of this young man.
Meanwhile, the Souhegan coaching staff flashing multiple hand signals. Senior quarterback Fiengo ready to roll here on another fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. 4-man rush, steps up, goes down the middle, but that one overthrown, incomplete. Knuckles had the step, but that one sailed on the QB a bit, incomplete.
Got to give an A+ today for quarterback pass protection in the pocket by the Souhegan Sabre offensive unit, Nick. They've done a terrific job, for Cole as well as Fiengo. Both of them have really prospered from having that time and vision to see down the field.
And that's despite not 1, not 2, but 3 faulty snaps we've seen out of the gun. Souhegan has avoided the turnover, however.
Well, part of that's because of the fact they had the time to go get it.
To your point. Here's the pitch. Rondalunas left side, splits defenders, bounces off another.
Wow.
And he's down inside the 20 for an 11-yard pickup and a first down, determined running there by Ryland Rondalunas, the senior.
We've seen this kind of passion. Look at this. This is a guy who just refuses to go down. Look at bang, bang again, stays up, bang again, and then still gets 3 yards after the final hit there. What a terrific job. You're seeing it on both sides of the offenses, Nick. Both teams, the running is just all out.
Ben Valenti and Aiden Bryant combined on the tackle. Meanwhile, Fiengo's got a man. Touchdown. Over the shoulder grab in the corner of the end zone made by Kobe Morin. The youngster starting to ball out here. He's got Souhegan back out in front with a 13-9 lead.
These guys are every player on this football teams, of both teams, Nick, is playing their hearts out. Sorry. Just really impressed.
Get a look at the touchdown throw. Beauty by Fiengo against that 4-man rush. Plenty of time, and then the grab over the shoulder made by Morin in the end zone.
Well, Fiengo just had a beautiful running lane by his receiver, and he just fed it right over into the breadbasket. You always like passes where they're running full speed into the catch, and just did a terrific job there. Very, very, very impressive drive, both running and throwing the ball. Nice combinations out there.
So Fiengo to Morin, a 19-yard touchdown strike. And now a 2-point conversion attempt as Fiengo is in the pistol. Fakes, rolls right. Going to tuck and run, looking for the edge, and runs out of room.
Yeah, great string out there by the defense of the Bobcats, Nick. That's just terrific work defensively down the line, and those points matter. Not getting those points matter. Little surprised that they didn't kick it there, Nick, with such a great kicker to grab that extra point.
Instead, it stays 13-9.
Yeah, which still is a 4-point lead, so there is something to it there. But that's just a great offensive session by the Sabres there.
Yeah, 65-yard drive. It takes 2.5 minutes. Orchestrated by the senior quarterback, Michael Fiengo, who just tossed his second touchdown pass of the day, a 19-yarder to Kobe Morin, who has been outstanding. The sophomore now with 5 catches for 98 yards.
What a game. Got a little bit of ingredients of all different types of ingredients into this game, from special teams, offense, defense.
Yep.
You know, chippiness in between plays. I mean, and it's just that these two great teams.
One turnover, it was impactful.
Yeah.
A lost fumble by Plymouth inside their own 10-yard line. It set up one play later, a 9-yard touchdown throw from Fiengo to Radulis. That was back at the midway point, second quarter. Here we are, early third. And the lead is flipped again. Souhegan out in front now, 13-9. This is a short kick, fielded on the bounce. It's Simone Crane.
It's working for him, though.
One of the sophomores along the front lines. It's a pretty good return up to the 41-yard line after that short kick. So Plymouth will take it, 1st and 10 at their own 41.
It's funny, Plymouth will take it, but also Souhegan will as well. They do not want a big play. They're trying to avoid big plays from these terrific return guys that they have, and I think that's the method of Coach Boquette's madness here. He believes his defense, if he can get them on inside, probably doesn't want it at the 41, probably trying to get it down to 30. But just the same, they'll take it and put his defense out in the field to get the ball back.
And you can hear again the Sabres on the visiting sideline trying to fire up their teammates on defense. 1st and 10, a run right side, Rousseau. A little bit of room across midfield and a 12-yard first down run.
Yeah, Aiden Reardon again with a shoestring tackle again. That's about his third one that I've seen today at critical times. He doesn't shoestring him. He's gone. He's in the end zone. There was nobody there that was going to catch him, but that's a nice run.
Reardon's 4th tackle today. 1st and 10, Ben Valenti is crunched after crossing the 45. Going to lean forward and grab a few more. Down to about the 41 in the end. And it's a pickup of 6 to set up 2nd and 4, but hang on.
Something's going on here. Number 25, I believe.
Yeah, that was actually the ball carrier, Brody Russo, not Valenti.
Yeah.
And Russo shaking up.
He's
on the
holding
play.
his left wrist. Kind of twisted. We'll see what happens if we get a replay here. Yeah, he's in some pain.
Seen a lot of players go down for both teams today. A telltale sign that the hitting is for real.
There's
today.
no giving up defensively on the hitting, Nick. Probably get a better view, here. I don't know if he twisted around wrong or what, but he went down hard. Yeah, you got caught in about 3 or 4 guys. And then just looked like he just came down on the – I didn't see anything in particular, but he's holding up that right forearm there. They're working on it right now.
So with 3 minutes gone
Hopefully
by,
he's okay.
Third quarter, the medical staff taking a look.
Boy, he's powerful, Nick. His legs are really, really strong. He was carrying about 3 or 4 guys there and still driving. He looks like he's okay. It almost looked like the way they were treating it, Nick, it almost looked like it might have been a nerve kind of hit the raw nerve there. What do they call the funny elbow there? The
funny bone.
Funny bone there, and he was holding it. It must have stung pretty hard. But he's tough. That's a great piece of running right there. Carried an extra 3.5 yards.
So we'll keep an eye on the home sideline as Brody Russo continues to play through some pain. Souhegan going to resume the noise on the visitors' sideline as the Plymouth offense looks to resume their drive on 2nd and 4. Inside a run, and Marsh cut down in the hole. Radalunas on the scene for Souhegan. No gain on the run, 3rd down on the way.
There's just such pride and expectation from both of these teams, Nick, the way they play. You're seeing it right there. That's just great job getting separation in the linebacker to get the vision you need. They're really reading and reacting and reading their keys. Knew it was going to be an inside run, watching how the guards move.
Radalunas with a handful of tackles for Souhegan, one of the leaders defensively today. 3rd down and 4. Some pre-snap motion, wing back right side. They run it right, and Valenti follows the lead blocker across the 35 down to the 34, and that's plenty for a 1st down.
Boy, he gets – they talk about great receivers getting yards after the catch. Well, he gets yards after the nickel tackle.
Right.
He carries it an extra 3.5. You do that 15 times in a game, that's 45 yards alone.
Here comes that up-tempo no huddle.
Yeah.
Quick hitter, Marsh, nailed in the A-gap and dropped.
That's number 2.
Radalunas on the charge. Also Chase Knuckles in there with the tackle for Souhegan.
Chase Knuckles, another one, figuring himself into this game any which way his team needs it. Nick, you've called out number 2 how many times in this game. He's been everywhere today.
Unofficially 6 tackles, a game high.
I think that's unofficial because but he's been involved in so many others as well. That's the key here.
Playing through a bloody nose.
Yeah.
We saw that in the first half. Right side run. Good to see here as Russo is back in for Plymouth. And healthy enough to push the pile down to about the 27-yard line to set up what looks like a 3rd down and about 4. 3rd and 3 officially, a 5-yard pickup for Rousseau. Clock ticking. Fast-moving game, just a 50-minute first half. And so far, here in quarter number 3, we saw Souhegan march right down the field. Touchdown pass of 19 yards. Fiengo to Kobe Morin put the Sabres back in front. But here's Plymouth's response. They're back in Souhegan territory at the Sabre 27. 3rd down and 3. Another fullback dive. Russo is wrapped up.
There he is again, number 2 and number 51 in the tackle there. They have been active all game.
Michael Dibble is there, as is Alex Sardi, his 5th stop, and Rodalonis adds another tackle to his tally. So 4th down and 2. And I'd imagine Coach Sanborn is going to go for it.
Yeah, I would. I mean, you're in a place right now where you got to grab the points when you can. Both offenses though, seem to be able to move the ball. This has been as I think we kind of thought, which defense was going to be able to slow down these great offenses more than the other. And it seems that right now, like that's what this game's going to come down to.
4th down and 2.
Big stop here of so he can get a big first down on the
Valenti
line.
and Marsh are the backs. They go to Valenti, and
They got him.
is swarmed. Nowhere to go. Alex Sardi again. The front of the pile for Souhegan. The Sabre defense celebrates. It's a turnover on downs.
Well, and I was just watching. Not only they celebrating with good order, but Coach Boquette, an emotional guy. Look at him on the sidelines over there. He knows how big that play was. His defense is working hard for him. That is big, and he even put down the first down signal going the other way. You know, he talked about it on Thursday night about how having fun was a big part of the game, and he has fun right along with him.
Right, former player at Souhegan.
Coming home.
And at this point, safe to say he's been a long time head coach, guided the Sabres, of course, to a championship just last year. And an undefeated record so far this season. Both these teams are 6-0, the last 2 unbeatens in Division II. Sabres take over with their lead intact. 13-9 the score. We're just past the midway point, 3rd quarter. Fiengo's got a man, Rodalonis, wide open in the flat, gets a lead block, lowers the shoulder, and he's got a first down over the 35 up to about the 38-yard line. A pickup there of 12 through the air as Fiengo has stayed hot in relief at quarterback.
Yeah, one of the hardest things to do a quarterback is throw an accurate pass when you're running backwards and have to pump the ball strictly from the arms, in the shoulder. And he did that right there. Nice pickup by number 1, Kobe Morin.
No, that was Rodalonis.
Was that Rodalonis?
Yep.
That was number 2? I thought it was number 1. I'm sorry.
Rodalonis, a 12-yard grab, his 2nd catch of the day, 2 catches, I should say, for 21 yards. Here's another carry for Rodalonis.
Nice fill by Plymouth.
And he is stacked up and racked up at the line of scrimmage. Meanwhile, a flag comes in late.
I don't know what that would be unless it was a face mask or something to the runner.
It was Legacy again on the tackle along with Aiden Bryant. Those 2 have been active for Plymouth defensively today.
I don't know what else it would be, Nick. If it was holding very late in the game. It is holding, yep. Very late in the play.
Yeah, it came almost after the play.
Where the official was located, Nick, yeah, I think it was well away from the play, but it's close enough where you still, if you see it and it's during the pursuit, you got to call it. So,
well, it was the umpire, and he was right there.
He was right there.
And that's just the 3rd penalty today against Souhegan, the first since halftime. But nonetheless, a costly penalty. The hold will back up Souhegan 10 yards as we cross inside the 5-minute mark remaining in this 3rd quarter. 1st and 20 from the Sabre 29. A lot of chatter on both sides of the ball pre-snap. We get a handoff. Radalunas, left side, darts through the hole, fights for an extra yard, and ends up over the 35 to the 36. That's a 7-yard gain on the toss.
Got a lot back there
for Radalunas. Both teams have looked to scratch out those hard-earned yards, Steve. A lot of yak yards today. Yards after contact, including there for Radalunas.
Yak yards. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Russo with the tackle there.
You just years together we've worked, and you still have new material that you bring out every now and then. That's a sign of a real star that they can constantly bring out.
I'm like an onion, Steve. There's always another layer ready to peel.
Oh, and he continues the scene.
All right, 2 receivers each side here. 2nd down and 12. He's got time. Fiengo's pass tipped up in the air and
very lucky there.
incomplete.
Very lucky there. That wasn't intercepted.
Good play along the defensive line.
Who was that, 63?
It may have been Aiden Bryant. Let's take another look.
Another look at this here. Fiengo had his man.
Yeah, and the first incompletion in quite a while for Fiengo. He had been pretty accurate. You see there was Bryant.
Yep.
Who got his right forearm on that pass.
Big fellow right there, and you can tell he's been working since January for sure.
6'2", 255.
Yeah, he's jacked up. And
3rd down and 12.
Actually had the offensive lineman underneath him, and he still won the battle.
First down stick is at the Sabre 48. Man in motion, they fake. Roll out right side. Fiengo's pass is in the dirt and incomplete.
Yeah.
Trying to find, it looked like Liam Bright on a drag route, but
nothing there.
Nope. And it's punt time for Souhegan.
I'm pretty sure that Fiengo just kind of threw that in the mud anyway because there was just nothing there. Smart. He was backtracking, didn't want the loss, protected the field position, just nothing there. Sometimes you just got to give it back to the defense. If there's not, don't try to force something, and he didn't.
Meanwhile, Logan Marsh is banged up for Souhegan, the senior defensive back, spotted by one of the training staff members, and they're going to run him off the field here.
Yep. You know, one of the things that you got to give the Plymouth Bobcat defense credit for is that these out patterns here, they've been doing a better job defending those over the last 2 or 3 times. Hasn't been easy as cake as they were in the first quarter and most of the third, but they're clamping down on it now. 2
return men back deep for Plymouth. High snap. It's handled well by the punter, Brody Smith, and the senior gets off a pretty good punt down the middle. It's going to take a bounce and ultimately come to a stop inside the 25-yard line. That is where
kick.
Plymouth will take over. 1st and 10, 3 minutes and change remaining. Bobcats trailing on the board 13-9.
Well, he kicked that from the 20-yard line, and it's down on the 35, Nick, and the big thing was no return. So nice kick there. The kicking team has done a great job today for Souhegan, as well as some points on the board from a 42-yard bomb from the Plymouth.
Yeah, now's a good time to get into that recap. How about Bryson Stone? You mentioned it, a 42-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Capped off the opening drive for Plymouth, 3-0 Bobcats after 1. Souhegan took the lead on a Fiengo to Radula's touchdown throw of 9 yards. That followed a fumble recovery inside the 10. Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, Caven Sanborn is roughed up and sacked as Jonathan Boucher, who has been an animal up front, gets his 5th tackle and 1st sack of the afternoon.
And Micah Dibble also in on the tackle, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Dibble in the area, several white jerseys, but it was Boucher who arrives first for the sack. By the way, to resume the recap, Souhegan led 7-3 midway through that second quarter, but trailed at halftime after Ben Valenti scored a 7-yard touchdown run. 9-7 our score at the break. Lone touchdown in this third quarter came on Souhegan's opening drive of the second half. A 19-yard toss from Fiengo to Kobe Martin, and that is where we are, 13-9 Plymouth. 2:30 and counting remaining third quarter on 2nd and 12. Ben Valenti, right side run, nothing again.
Wow. Boy, they closed that off well, Nick. It looked to me like the linebacker core as well as the cornerback read that play ahead of time. It's almost like they knew from the formation what was coming.
Lucas Steckbeck finished him off, the junior. Yep. Checking in for Souhegan defensively. So they lose 2 on the sack. They get a yard back there on the Valenti carry, but still a 3rd and 11 on the way, and Souhegan's got a chance to force another 3 and out.
hitting has not slowed down its intensity.
Plymouth trying to get to the 45-yard line through the air, and it's incomplete. Stone, the intended target.
Slowed down his pass route, though, Nick, around the 45 to the 50-yard line, and that was the difference.
As a result, it's an overthrown pass. Incomplete, brings up 4th and 11.
He knew what he wanted, but we don't really have a picture of the pass pattern. About 10 yards before that, he kind of dropped off that intensity of his pass route, and that's what happens. You got to believe. You just got to go and make sure the quarterback gets it to you. We talk about that all the time, but it comes over time. They fix that in practice, and then they'll come out getting it right.
So once again, the defense is finding their footing here. We saw a Souhegan punt a moment ago. Now we get the Stone punt for Plymouth.
Whoa.
Barely gets it off.
What a bomb.
It's high in the sky. Fair catch. Called for. Bobbled by Rodalunas.
Big one. Big play.
And I think Plymouth just recovered it.
Special teams, man, in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Cam Magoon is there. And it's the first takeaway for the Bobcats. It comes on special teams as the 6-foot junior able to fall on that one after Rodalunas took his eye off that punt.
First thing you're going to see here is a kick that's an absolute bomb, and he beat the depth. And then look at number, who was that, Nick? Again?
That was Magoon.
Magoon. Watch the effort getting downfield here. You're going to probably see it right. Look at him sprint down the field. Never stops. Look at him. Look at him.
Steve, he was the long snapper
I know. Unbelievable. That is a difference maker in the game right there.
Meanwhile, Plymouth takes over 1st and 10. Rousseau turns his back to the defense, keeps the legs churning, and he's close to the red zone in the end, just shy of the 20.
Well, it's the
after
game.
A 5-yard pickup on 1st down.
It is, Nick, and it's the game within the game. Not only does Plymouth get the ball back, but that defense cannot come off the field and get some rest. They basically have one special teams play. They're back out there again in the later parts of the game when fatigue, lactic acid build up. I mean, they got a lot of spirit out there. I mean, this is a big game, so they'll try to fight it, but it still can make a difference.
Yep.
Coach
Costly
Coquette.
turnover. It hurt Plymouth in the first half. It may come to bite Souhegan here in the 3rd quarter. We'll see.
Great defenses come up big at big times.
2nd and 5, 2-step drop, quick throw, right side. Stone again the target. But that pass sailed on Sanborn a bit incomplete out of the back of the end zone.
Well, you like the matchup there, Nick. Nothing against Aiden Reardon, but the matchup from a height advantage with this big fella is big. All you got to do is throw that up there and throw it up above 6-7 feet. He's going to bring that down. So he's got to be what, Nick? 6 what?
Listed at 6'2".
6'2". He looks even taller than that.
Meanwhile, a 3rd down and 5 coming up here. Another opportunity for this Sabre defense.
But we are within strike range of the kicking game for a field goal. And
Stone already converted on a 42-yarder in the first quarter. This would be a 37-yarder if they fail to advance the ball. Going to go to Rousseau, then back to Marsh, double handoff, and he's cracked in the hole. I think he may have gotten enough, or he's about a yard shy. Let's see.
Yeah, Curtis Warner, Nick, came in like a laser and just delivered a hit. It was a little bit glancing, but watch him on the replay come around the corner. Watch him come in on this hit. Bang. Wow.
Yeah, he's about a yard and a half shy.
There's just bodies flying, Nick, in every single direction here to try to win this battle. 4th down. What do you do here, Nick?
Well, I'd say number 23 would be the top option here.
I
the
would,
lead
I would
suspect.
agree.
That's Ben Valenti, but Coach Sambor wants to think about it. We got a timeout here on the field. No. End of the quarter.
No.
Snuck up on me
End
again.
of the quarter. That probably
a very good quarter for Souhegan as they flip the lead. 13-9 as we head to the 4th, but Plymouth on the march with an upcoming 4th down. 4th quarter next. It promises to be thrilling. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Plymouth. And you could not have written a better script.
You could not.
13-9 through three quarters. The last two undefeated teams in Division II. On fourth down, Ben Valenti met near the marker. Souhegan, they're going to celebrate here. They think they have a stop.
I think they're right.
And they do. It's the second turnover on downs here in the second half, as Souhegan has risen to the occasion defensively really since halftime. They've kept Plymouth off the board. They defend their lead. This time they do it in the red zone and hand things over to the offense at their own 16.
Having the quarter end right before that fourth down gives Souhegan a rest, and the defense needed that, Nick, very badly. As I said earlier, great defenses do great things at the most important times, and that's just what they did right there. They preserved the lead. This is a really important drive, defining drive of what's going to happen. Now does Plymouth, who's also got a tremendous defense, can they get the job done as well?
Meanwhile, Fiengo on first down throws an incomplete pass as Radalunas took his eye off it and drops the pass in the flat to bring up second down and 10. Again, it's Michael Fiengo here at the QB spot. Didn't make the start today, making his way back from some injury issues the last few weeks. We saw sophomore Cole Brandt play most of that first half for Souhegan. But Brandt shaken up on the opening drive third quarter, and we've seen Radulis ever since. And speaking of Cole Brandt, the sophomore, his shoulder pads are now off. And it looks like they're wrapping a bandage around his midsection, so his afternoon likely over. And Radalunas, the classmate of Fiengo, ready to roll the rest of the way. Meanwhile, Fiengo somehow escapes the pocket. It pushed out of bounds by Legacy at the last moment.
He looked out of bounds already to me, Nick.
No late hit, though.
Nope.
And the question is, where are they going to spot it for the upcoming third down? Fiengo's first rushing yardage coming there on that scramble. Meanwhile, Legacy, he's led Plymouth today defensively, with now 7 tackles and a sack. 7 tackles, including a sack, unofficially. For Cooper Legacy, the senior linebacker, he also has a 9-yard catch on offense. Yeah. Meanwhile, here comes Fiengo. Movement up front. No flag. Roll out, throw, down the field, up for grabs, and it's Morin again. The sophomore with a 26-yard acrobatic catch, but hang on, the youngster shaken up on the play.
Yeah, he came right down on his back, Nick, and he's holding his left leg. I did not see that. I saw him come down hard on his back, but he's holding his left leg there. You're going to see it, going to be have it right on camera side here. Let's see what he did.
You see the jump ball?
Oh, yeah,
there.
it just kind of wrenched.
Marsh, and he just came down hard.
He wrenched it
on that left leg. Boy, what an afternoon, though. 124 yards unofficially on now 7 catches. He's got a touchdown to his credit as well, that 26-yard gain, the longest of the afternoon for Souhegan.
Yeah, if you're Coach Barquette, you've already lost some starters, and they're working on that leg. I don't know if it's a cramp. It doesn't. Hard to say, Nick.
Yeah,
hopefully he's okay.
You mentioned the injuries. It's starting to mount, really for both teams, but Souhegan especially. Sean Reardon, two-way trench player for them, lost in the first half.
Oh, that's good news right there.
We mentioned Cole Brandt was out. Radalunas at one point missed a few snaps with a bloody nose. And for Plymouth, we've seen Brody Russo go in and out of the lineup, Logan Marsh as well.
He's coming off with a little bit of a swagger, Nick. He's putting a lot of weight. Now he's starting to – yeah, that's really good news for this young man. I'm so happy that he's okay.
He's been the main target in the receiving game for Souhegan.
These two teams have all the players put in everything they've got, and you just hate to see someone not be able to finish. But he's going to get a little break here, and that's good news.
I mean, their playmakers are on the sideline here. Brandt out. Just gave a quick high five to his injured teammate Kobe Morin, out. And as we mentioned, a lot of that protection up front lost when Sean Reardon went down. So it's on the remaining healthy players for Souhegan to carry it the rest of the way here. Just scratching the surface early fourth quarter. It's still a 13-9 lead for the Sabres as we get set for this upcoming 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Well, again, both teams hoping to stay undefeated. The winner would have the inside track to the top overall seed. The upcoming Division II playoff tournament. Of course, that's an 8-team field, 3 rounds, quarterfinals, semis, and finals. Championship game is at a neutral site, as we know. Meanwhile, big hit. Legacy again buries the running quarterback Fiengo after a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 8 coming. Another stop for Legacy, his 8th tackle.
Well, you got 2nd and 8 here around midfield. If you've got the lead, you're probably going to kick this ball. It's a little ahead of the game to say that, but this next play to get some good distance for Souhegan and a big opportunity for Plymouth to be able to tackle these guys a line. But, oh, wow, what a great cadence call by Fiengo right there. He timed that really, really well. And
fooled Aiden Bryant.
Yeah, Aiden's upset with himself.
He's played a flawless game, really, at one of the DT spots for Plymouth, but made a mental error there.
Well, when you game the game, you're behind. The game gets the intensity of the game is just as high as it ever was, and you're trying to make a play, and that's where good cadence calling by Fiengo right there. I don't know if you saw it, Nick. He timed that very, very well, and he really acted as if he was going to be getting the ball. And the big thing there was the offense stayed still and just threw him offside. So
free 5 yards, 3rd penalty of the day against Plymouth, 2nd since halftime. Against the blitz, they keep it with the quarterback.
Nothing
Fiengo leans forward, may have gotten one. Ciotti in on the play, as well as Plymouth's Dylan Braley.
Yeah, let's see where the spot is here. Pretty generous. Oop, now they're going to bring it back. Went from a generous to a very ungenerous spot right there.
Like
wow, that's a yard or so behind where I thought he fell down on the ground.
3rd down and about 3.5. Quick throw, Fiengo, man is there, catch is made despite a pretty good tackle.
Yeah.
First grab for Judson Harris, the freshman tight end.
How about
results in a 1st down?
How about that freshman knowing exactly where the 1st down marker was and button hooked right around and it came into it because he knew forward motion was going to be there for him. That's just a good, well-executed play there. But, nothing worse than a receiver that doesn't, that measures a half a yard short of the 1st down. He did it just right. Gave it an extra yard. Great play. Although I have to tell you, Plymouth playing some stingy defense. It's not easy.
Not at
but
all.
Time going off the clock here with
3 minutes in, 4th quarter.
9 minutes.
So he can look at a pad, a 13-9 lead. 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 42. Fiengo fakes the toss, runs to his right, gets around the corner, crosses the 35, and is finally dropped at about the 32. Hard running there puts Souhegan in a position to move the chains. Yet again, it's a 1st down.
Remember, you've got to play. Your backup quarterback is out of the game. You got to keep that in mind here with Fiengo running him too often. But Coach Boquette, all cylinders running. He's not going to give up any dimension of the offense. You can see both of these coaches really want this football game, Nick. They're coaching that way. They're putting their best assets on the field and putting them in situations to succeed.
1st and 10
as well.
Souhegan going to drain as much of the play clock, I think, as they can as well. They're going to keep it on the ground. Radalunas swallowed up by Bryant and company. And may have lost a yard there. He did. 2nd and 11.
Low risk, high percentage, clock burning type plays here.
Yep.
We'll see what they do here. A lot of short passes. Boy, did we see a passing game last night as well, and we've seen some great passing today, too.
Yeah, we have.
Great
2
routes.
touchdown passes in relief for Michael Fiengo
Yeah.
of Souhegan. You mentioned last night's broadcast. We were in Bedford for that D1 showdown between the Bulldogs and Bishop Girton. Check that out on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
At FNL NH Media.
Nathan Bowen and Bennett Matthews just put on a show.
Yeah. Dueling quarterbacks. That game went back and forth. Meanwhile, Fiengo,
what a pitch.
Tosses to Reardon. And Aiden Reardon is ran down inbounds along the sideline after a short catch. A well-timed pitch, but nonetheless, a minimum gain there for Souhegan.
Minimum gain, but that's all because of number 23, Ben Valente, just comes across the field. Look at the speed from Ben coming across the field here.
Yep.
And just airborne, makes that hip, the tackle, the wrap around the hip and brings him down.
I shouldn't have said minimal game. They did get 9.
I was going to say, that was a pretty good game.
They got 9 there. That's also Aiden Reardon's first carry tonight. He's made his impact on defense. Hard count again from Fiengo, and now looks like an audible in the works here. Nearing the midway point, fourth quarter. 3rd down and 2. 2 receivers each side.
A lot of time here.
4-man front for Plymouth. Fiengo has time, airs it out, near side.
Wow, that's a good flag right there. I was going to say, that's just too much contact there by Ben. Ben's going to argue it, but he's not going to win it there. Yep.
Chase Knuckles, the intended target. You can see there's some hand fighting.
No looking back. No looking. They'll always give you the benefit of the doubt if you look it back, Nick, but that was a lot. Look at the play here. Literally pushed him out towards the sideline. You just can't push a receiver towards the sidelines there, and it was immediately called. Good job by Ben trying to get
and of course
the opening. But
his argument would be that the pass was uncatchable.
Well, it was uncatchable.
Would be his lone argument, but
not good enough because
right.
What's going to happen is when you push a guy like that, and especially when you push him away from where the pass is going, that slows down his pass route. So.
As a result, we get ourselves a 1st and 10 with the football now at the 12-yard line. So still room for Souhegan to pick up another set of downs down near the goal line.
No question.
Out of the pistol, Rodalunas is the tail. Fiengo the quarterback. 2 receivers to his right. Going to roll right. Going to throw into the end zone and incomplete.
Ooh, he took a hit. I think he's out of bounds, Nick, if I'm not.
Yeah, he was. That one sailed a bit on Fiengo. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10 coming.
Fiengo has an interesting delivery. He kind of sits back. Next thing you know, boom, it's already gone. He got a quick release.
Yep, that went off the back foot. And he's got a lot of arc on the throws.
A lot of arc.
Today.
Yep, and he's trying to get over those wide defensive backs that Plymouth has. But I think that's more naturally how he throws. But
by the way, good to see Kobe Morin back in the game.
Yes,
for Souhegan. He actually, Steve, came down with the football.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
But out of bounds. So 2nd down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Play action, quick throw, catch made. It's Morin in the flat, made a man miss, and then gets crunched. Ball comes out. Souhegan recovers down around the 5-yard line.
It's going to be
another big hit there by Ben Valente.
Very close, Nick. Very close. It looks like a yard short if I had to guess. 3rd down, yard short. They are burning serious clock here.
Yeah.
And but let me tell you, the way Plymouth plays offense, they can move for a running team. They can move the ball down the field as quickly, especially with that no huddle, high tempo offense. So, there's no question here that. Well, I mean, if you look at this thing, you look at 16-9, Nick. That'll make it a 2-possession game. So a field goal here will get it done.
No, it's still
it'll be still reachable. I'm sorry. I apologize. How about nice math, Steve?
There's that Easton math coming through.
No. I had about a 680 on my
meanwhile, a lengthy
math score, but
you
get old.
Break here, Steve. I think Coach Boquette's going to grind it down. Yes, there's the timeout.
Yep.
So he uses the play clock, grinds it down, calls a timeout with 5:33 to go. Yep. Wants to put some extra thought into this upcoming 3rd down and 1 from the 6-yard line.
Cut the clock down, get some time, get his offensive line ready, get them all lined up, start talking to him about what's going to happen if you false start. little things like that. Today it's going to go 5 yards back. And remember, we're trying to kick a field goal to get a full 7 in front here. Thanks for helping me with my math, Nick. I do appreciate it. 62 things.
Well, I'll tell you what. A touchdown would make it a 2-score game, and that would be a game changer.
Right. I'm always looking at the other option, though. That's obvious, but a field goal will still put them in a position where it's going to require a touchdown.
And an extra point.
And an extra point.
Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, heading down the stretch here. Fourth quarter, Plymouth trailing. Souhegan 13-9. Sabres knocking on the door, trying to make it a 2-score game. An upcoming 3rd and 1 coming from the 6-yard line.
Let's call it out, Nick. The hot dogs and hamburgers that have been brought up to here throughout the game requires no stoppage on the way home for food. Yeah. I'm all set till, probably a early snack in the evening at this point. The people here have been wonderful.
I don't know if I'm going that far, making that kind of a commitment.
Well, yeah, but
I may have to make one more stop. But those burgers and dogs did hit the spot. Meanwhile, Fiengo on a 3rd and 1 bootleg run. He's past the first down stick, but shy of the end zone. That should be a first down.
I think Coach Boquette will very happily take that first down. Nick obviously want the touchdown always. But that first down allows him to run more time off the clock and make that journey back really difficult. But it still requires Souhegan, if they get a touchdown, Nick, or if they get a field goal, whatever, they're still going to have to execute a very, very good kick because if Plymouth is able to get field position on the way back. But there's no scores. It's still 13-9 right now. But
meanwhile, the officials talking about where they're going to spot the football. Right now, it's somewhere just outside the 3-yard line. And, well, I'm not, frankly, quite sure what the delay is here.
You got chicken calls going in here. You got 3 different offensive coaches calling in plays.
Right.
And
now we're good. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Rodalunas, stretch run, touchdown, Souhegan. Untouched, 3 yards out, 2-score game as the Sabres celebrate in the end zone. It's 19-9 with just over 5 minutes remaining.
Well, this extra point is very important, Nick, because you got 10 points here. They're able to go down and score and get an onside kick. A field goal won't work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's really, don't underestimate the importance of this field goal. That forces 2 touchdowns in order to be victorious against Souhegan. This field goal is big for the Sabres.
Extra point.
I'm sorry, extra
would
point.
Make it 10, the gap 10.
Well, it was a late night last night.
And no real benefit of going for 2, I guess.
Absolutely
to go up
not.
11.
What benefit is that?
You would force them to score a touchdown, field goal, and 2 point.
Well, it's 19-9. Oh, and it's no good.
Point is no good.
So there is a crack in the window.
Yep.
And a lot of it's, it's going to take a solid touchdown. You got 5:21 left. That's not 2:21, Nick. That's 5:21. So with that hurry-up offense that Coach Sanborn has developed that can come into play here, they can move the ball, play by play very quickly. The other thing that it's done is it has caused the defense of Souhegan to struggle at times because they're not able to make multiple calls of defense and reactive calls from the sideline. So that's a factor as well here.
So it stays at
10.
Don't
go away, folks.
19-9. Extra point misses, so it's 19-9.
But 20-9 would have been 11, and that's what I was getting at earlier. That's a big.
That's a
big miss.
The 2-point conversion after a potential touchdown.
Correct.
You would need that.
You would have to have
even
it.
tie.
So that left a crack open here.
Right.
And let's talk about fundamental football. Plymouth is not estranged from playing very high-end football when they need to.
Well, they're going to have to, I would imagine, and I'm not Coach Sanborn, never claimed to be, but I would imagine that they'd have to incorporate the pass here down 2 scores with just over 5 minutes.
I think they have to incorporate first the hurry-up offense, Nick, in order to have plays set in ahead of time.
Right.
And a lot of focus on the other 11 players besides the defensive captain to be able to know what that play is. And with the discipline that's in this program, you got to believe that they're going to be able to run that. They've shown that they can run high-tempo, quick-tempo offense throughout the whole game.
Right.
And that's going to be very helpful on the time clock.
Plymouth led 19-7 at halftime, have not scored since. Souhegan set to kick. Healy.
Oh, that's a good kick.
Short kick. It's going to roll. Picked up at the 20. Stone to his left. Tackled at about the 16.
Big plays.
Hunted down from behind by Taven Beamer. The sophomore celebrates for Souhegan.
Yeah, the sophomores today. How many sophomores today have you talked about from Souhegan, Nick?
Right.
Both teams really, but Souhegan especially, this game that have been factors in the game, which bodes well for their future, but it's helping them today. But that whole tackle, Nick, is great. That was phenomenal how he got down the field. But that all happens from a precision kickoff by the kicker to get it down the left side with really no legitimate return because they were hemmed in the left corner. And that's big. You get up here on the 40-yard line, Nick, because that goes out of bounds. That's a couple of first downs or 10-yard first downs away.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding at times tonight for Plymouth from a starting field position perspective. Yep. They've started 2 drives inside their own 10. This one begins inside their own 20. And not much for Cooper Legacy. Met at the line of scrimmage by Lucas Steckbeck, who makes his second stick. And after a short gain, it's second down and long.
Yeah, if I have to guess, don't get too excited about that play. That, to me, Nick, is a little bit of a decoy play. Don't be surprised if you see Kevin go down the field here. Just try to get everybody pumped up about coming up, making a stick. Now you run a play-action pass, fake a run. Let's see what happens here.
Second down and 9. The clock ticking inside of 5 minutes, fourth quarter.
Everybody's up front. Only one safety. Here it comes.
That's a 5-man look for Souhegan. 2-step drop, quick throw up in the air, and intercepted.
What a play.
Hanging on throughout the catch was Aiden Reardon. Hit midair. Reardon the takeaway. Souhegan football at the Plymouth 44-yard line.
Coach Boquette nodding his head, clapping his hands, and really just kind of standing around looking at the boys in a really, really positive way. He's very proud of his football team today. I knew that was going to be a pass, Nick. That run was nothing more than a setup to get everybody moving up front. They reacted to it, but the defensive back on that side, Nick, you'll see it on replay. Who was that defensive back?
That's Aiden Reardon with the interception. And you see the emphatic reaction to that acrobatic interception.
Yeah,
tremendous concentration. Took a hit at the tail end, as you saw.
Yeah,
and held on through contact for the second Souhegan takeaway of the day.
But he was screwed down to the line of scrimmage at the start of that play. You'll see, Nick, he was way up on the line towards the line of scrimmage, and he got all the way back there to make that interception. That's great athleticism and focus.
Souhegan is in a spot to put the baby to bed here. With 4:37 remaining, out in front, 19-9. First charge timeout here by Souhegan. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By TKQB Academy. Be the best QB you can be. Call Trevor Knight, 603-732-7194, or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. By Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right. For a free estimate, visit their website, accuratetree.com. And finally, by Jewett Construction. Planning, architecture, construction management. Come join us to build something great at JewettConstruction.com. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Final 2 unbeaten teams in Division 2. Looking to settle things for a potential 1 seed with 2 weeks remaining. Radalunas been the leading rusher today for Souhegan, and he crosses the 40 down to the 38-yard line for a 6-yard pickup to set up second down and 4.
What do you have? I have 1 timeout left for Plymouth. Is that what you've got as well?
I thought each team has 2 left, but...
Oh, I thought that was the second Coach Sanborn timeout.
No, that was a Coach Boquette timeout.
Okay, so there you go. So there'll be 2 left of each, right?
Now we get a Plymouth stoppage here.
Yep.
With 4 certain.
So now it'll be 1.
4:17 to go. Now Coach Sanborn, I believe.
Yep. I think you're right.
With 1 remaining.
Well, they definitely each have 1 that they took before this. So that's to your point. So this would be number 2.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so they can stop it again. And but there's no room for error here. You got second down, and that was a big gain there. Puts it second down and 3. That's hard to defend. Short passes work. Screen passes work. Most obviously running plays work, which is most likely. But a first down here, Nick, will make it really, really difficult to break this kind of margin here. If it was 3 points or something like that, that's different with a great kicker. But
and as we know, no 2-minute warning stoppage in high school football.
No.
Second down and
Lived
4.
up to the hype this game, that's for sure.
Yes, sir. Whole team 6-0 coming in here in week number 7. Out of the gun snap, handoff, Radalunas slips
Good
out
job
of
by Plymouth.
one defender's arms, and then the pursuit gets him inside the 40. He's going to lose a yard. Mm-hmm. And another injured player down after the play. That's Cooper Mack, the 6'1 senior defensive end, roughed up there for Plymouth. It's been a long day for both of these schools' training staffs here with the number
been very
of
active.
Injuries really, really climbing throughout the afternoon.
Very active. I don't know what's going on out there. I don't really know if it's a leg.
Looks like a leg.
Yeah.
Again, that's Mack. He's played well along that defensive
He sure
line
has.
today for Plymouth.
A lot of these injuries, Nick, are coming from unbelievable amount of output that these guys and what they've expended themselves. And you start getting in the third and fourth quarter, you're running on empty, and you're running on a body that's been banged up and fatigued. But yet these guys, the heart and soul, which both of these teams have played, has been very impressive.
Not to mention
that's why they're both 6-0 at the current time.
The amount of gang tackles,
piles, support,
right.
Everybody's flying to the ball. It's almost like those
collisions.
drills.
It's been as advertised from a physicality standpoint today.
And both coaches at the time their teams were struggling rallied the troops and got them back in the game. It's just, to me, we can talk about this at the end of the game, but to me, when the defense of Souhegan was, after a fumble, was on the field, then it was a fumble, then had to go back on again and made the stop.
Right.
That was the defining moment of the second half to me.
Yeah.
Where and then Fiango comes in and
goes
to town.
Look at what the Sabre defense has done in the second half.
Yes.
Number one, they've kept Plymouth off the board.
Yep.
Number two takeaways. And number 3, 2 turnovers on downs.
That's it.
As well. Stretch run. Radalunas turns it upfield, lowers the
First
shoulder.
down.
And he's got enough for the first down. He brings the tackler, Brody Russo, with him. And again, Souhegan in a position to really start draining this clock. Plymouth just one timeout remaining. We cross the 4-minute mark.
Yeah. But remember, a long time ago was 5:31, Nick. There hasn't been a lot of time that's gone off due to the injuries and due to the,
other stoppages.
But
It is ticking now, down to 3:45 and counting. And against Souhegan, they're going to use as much of the play clock as they can. Meanwhile, Coach Boquette finally gives the signal for his squad to break the huddle.
I did get a little report from my
Radalunas goes up the middle, crosses the 30, and is tackled shy of the 25. That's close, but not quite enough.
Never
for a first down. Legacy, another tackle.
Sorry, Nick. Never stop getting educated. I did get from one of my senior officials in New Hampshire, friends, uncatchable does not exist in high school rules, NCAA and NFL only.
Well,
so there you go.
You got to love the rule clarification.
And I thank you, sir, for that clarification coming from a very reliable source, I can guarantee.
Meanwhile, there's another player down. It's Aiden Bryant, the senior. We've said his name repeatedly today.
Yes, we have.
Oh, there you see some of the spectators in the crowd. Not just human beings either. That's a good-looking dog, well-behaved dog down on the field. Again, it's kind of a neighborhood atmosphere here. You roll up, you bring your chair, you bring your pet, you find a seat, and you enjoy the football game. That's how it works here in Plymouth.
Nick Anassa, professional broadcaster and alternate judge at the Westminster Dog Show, can analyze animals of the highest to the lowest grade.
I do like
Gives
dogs.
us a free opinion here in Plymouth, New Hampshire.
Well, there's the backdrop I'm talking about,
yes.
Steve, and especially with the weather today cooperating up here in North Country.
It's been beautiful.
There's not a bad seat.
The ride up here, you just get peace.
Yeah.
Your blood pressure goes down and down and down and down. We do live, and it looks like he's going to be up with weight on it, so that's a good sign.
Yep.
He's been a force today. Played his heart out today. This is just nothing more than the body starting to give out in a game that never saw any dip in energy and expenditure in here. The hitting has been fierce. It's been highly physical.
And both teams have had that next man up mentality as well as the backups, the reserve, the twos and the threes, as you like to call them. They have stepped in flawlessly and folded right into what's been going on here.
Games like these are where the men play. And this has been one of those games, nobody is folded here. And
nope. Now they're going to resume the clock. That Aiden Bryan has reached the sideline. And tick, 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 2:40 now and counting.
I want one of those golf carts.
Fiengo in the gun. Rotalunas to his left. We've got a second down and 5 on the way.
Complete shift here.
Yep. Two players come left side. They hand off left side. Rotalunas spins. Valenti forces him down at about the 25-yard line. Minimal gain there, maybe a yard. Third down and 4 on the way.
And let's not lose sight of number 56 and 66. 56, Dylan Braley, and 66, Hussein Osirian. Those guys have played their hearts out today, and they are top-level material as far as defensive linemen are concerned. They have played a heck of a game today.
There's a lot of players on both defensive units with a number of tackles individually here. As you know, sometimes a kid like last night we saw with Bishop Girton, that sophomore had 14, I think, tackles.
Unbelievable.
Unofficially.
Jackson.
But this one's spread out a little bit. You're seeing guys with 4, guys with 5.
There's some Chad players on that field today.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. 3rd and 4. This is a big play. 3rd and 2, more like. 90 seconds. Same
nice
play.
cut.
Left side run. Rotalunas. He's got the first down. Almost scored a touchdown there. Rousseau got him just in time, but not before the damage was done. Plymouth, I believe now, Steve, out of timeouts with 1:25 and counting here. Coach Boquette is going to put his team in victory formation for the 7th time this season as Souhegan set to remain undefeated. Strong second half. They come to Plymouth. They shut out the Bobcats after halftime and are now in a position to put this thing to rest out in front,
that's a good point.
19-9.
That's right. They shut them out halftime. Right, so far. Yeah, game's not over yet, but it looks that way.
So Fiengo takes a knee. Strong second half for Fiengo. Talked to Coach Boquette. I believe he told me Fiengo was going to be a game-time decision this week after missing the previous 2 games. I hope I have that right,
Well,
Coach.
the great Roger Brown from New Hampshire High School Football Report said he was questionable.
Yeah.
So that's kind of falls within the same line.
Right. So he comes in, throws a touchdown in the first half.
Yeah.
And then basically steers the ship the entire second half, adds another TD pass, and Souhegan
Cole
gets
Brandt,
it done. 19-9 is going to be our final.
I think Cole Brandt not being able to continue there, Nick, he just got he went in at halftime in really rough shape, came out, and then just got nailed twice again and came off the field. He expended everything he had. Did a good job for Souhegan in the first half, Nick.
Yeah.
A really good job carrying the team. And at that point, this game is of high importance to both of these teams. So, to have those rights going into the semifinals, that's where it's key right there.
So everybody now chasing Souhegan in Division II. The last undefeated team, 7-0, 19-9 winners here in Plymouth as the Bobcats catch their first loss. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard, post-game show coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy, or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
All right, back here in Plymouth, final score, Souhegan 19, Plymouth 9 in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Defense, the name of the game in that first half for both teams. Plymouth, lengthy drive to open the game, nearly 8 minutes off the clock. The result, a 42-yard field goal from junior Bryson Stone. 3-0 our score after one. Souhegan, two quarterbacks getting action today, including the backup, Michael Fiengo. Comes in for one snap, throws a touchdown pass midway through that second quarter to Ryland Radulis. 9-yard hookup. Extra point good, 7-3 Souhegan. Plymouth, one final score before the break. A 7-yard touchdown run from Ben Valenti. Extra point missed. 9-7 Plymouth at halftime. Third quarter, though, belonged to the Sabres. Defense forced 2 turnovers on downs and also had 2 takeaways today. They shut out Plymouth after halftime. Souhegan takes the lead in the third quarter. Fiengo to Kobe Martin. Martin, by the way, over 100 yards receiving, 127 on 9 grabs. And looked outstanding today. The 19-yard, the distance there on the throw. Fiengo to Martin, 13-9 after the 2-point conversion attempt failed. Fourth quarter, Rodalunas salts it away. 3-yard score.
What a game he played today.
He played excellent on both sides of the ball. The 3-yard touchdown set up an extra point try that missed. So 19-9 at that point. Final 5:21 goes scoreless as Plymouth unable to answer the bell for the first time this season. They drop to 6-1 on the year. Souhegan with the win is 7-0. Fiengo, 8 completions, 98 yards, and Morin, I said 9 catches. I lied. He had 7, but still had 127 yards and a touchdown for Plymouth. Valenti did most of his damage in that first half. 13 of his 16 carries came before halftime, along with 55 of his 62 yards. He finishes under 80, as Steve, I didn't say predicted, but you said
if he does it,
Souhegan needed to hold him under that magic number of 80, and they do, and they get the win as well. So, Steve, your final thoughts on what was an impressive showing, particularly after halftime, for Souhegan?
Okay, I think the big inflection point in the game was in the third quarter when Souhegan defended. They were going to get the ball back, and they fumbled, and then the defense had to come right back in, and they defended again. and then they go down after that and score a touchdown. To me, that was the major inflection point of the game,
That was
mainly
quarter,
because
yeah.
it happened third quarter, and that's when games are generally momentum is changed for the final time. Very rarely is it capable of coming back. Tom Brady could obviously is a guy that can change that the last couple minutes, but that wasn't going to happen today. I think the other thing, Nick, so many things go into a game like this because there was so much action, so much hitting, and so much individual and collective effort. But to me, the special team kicking game in the second half by pinning Plymouth down deep in their zone. I think it was 3 different kicks that they did that was huge. So I could name 100 more things in this game. Keeping Valende, that was one of the keys. And I just think great coaching. There was an advantage that both coaches did a great job rallying their troops when they needed to. But the bringing Fiengo into the game with the experience and some of those just unbelievable accurate passes that he threw, and just that senior presence on the field, Nick, was just very impressive. I think Coach Boquette has a lot to be proud of his team, as does Coach Sanborn. But to come up into Plymouth, Nick, again, come to Plymouth and win a hard-fought game in the fashion in which they did, Coach Boquette and his staff can go home extremely pleased with what they saw in the field. These kids are fighters, and if you're going to come play Plymouth in the home turf, you better be ready and physical to play, and they were today.
7-0. It's got a ring to it. The lone unbeaten team in Division II, the defending champion, Souhegan Sabres, victorious again, 19-9.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Trinity beats Pelham last night.
Yep.
Souhegan goes to Plymouth and beats Plymouth.
Yep.
And
now next week we get Souhegan at Plymouth.
You get
at Pelham.
You get Souhegan at Pelham, so they're going to have an opportunity to go through the ranks here. But we're going to see how good Trinity is now. Remember, teams come, they gel, and they look pretty strong against a good St. Thomas team, and they handed a pretty big loss there. And then they go into Pelham and win that game. What's going on with Coach
peaking at the right time?
At the right time, and that's going to be a big factor next week. So D2 is alive, well, and prosperous, and there's going to be a great tournament that goes on in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. But at least through 7 weeks, we now have a clear front runner.
Yes, we do.
And that is undefeated
Which we've been waiting to find.
At 7-0.
Yep.
All right. I want to thank everybody up here, from the athletic director all the way down to the training staff, the assistant coaches, the game day staff, the folks running the food shack. Very, very accommodating
classy
place
people
to come.
here.
We appreciate
classy
it.
People.
Once again.
Thank you.
I want to thank our sponsors for getting the broadcast up and going. That's, of course, Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, TKQB Academy, Accurate Tree Service, and Jewett Construction. We appreciate the ongoing support. For our team here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire.
Terrific.
Including Matt and Kristen Beals. Another great job providing the visuals behind the camera lens again this afternoon. And, of course, the whole thing orchestrated flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For the big man in the big chair, the executive producer, Steve Beals, another bang-up job today.
Thank you, Nick.
Pleasure was mine.
Same to you.
My name is Nick Anastas, saying so long. Final score, final time, Souhegan 19, Plymouth 9. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.